on Hot Country KDY. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Zizzer Coin Laundry, Wilbanks Tire, West Plains Lock and Key, West Plains Bank and Trust Company, USA Mortgage, West Plains, Taylor Grubauer, Chevrolet, Buick GMC, along with Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, State Farm Insurance, Justin Shelby, SMP Quality Auto Glass, TLG Peterbilt, Pepsi Mid-America. Also brought to you by Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, Ozarks Healthcare, by Ozarks Hills Realty, Century 21, Monty's Outdoors, Long Electric, J&J Recovery, Hawkins Home and Lawn, Edgeler and Harper, Don's Auto Service, Kern Incorporated, Captain D's, Butler Heating and Air, by Bureau, Brown Furniture and Appliance, Bailey Chevrolet, Pontiac GMC, and by Assurance Realty.
And now West Plains Zizzers football on the official home of the Zizzers, Hot Country KDY. It's time for the Zizzer pregame on Hot Country KDY.
Well, here we go again. Harlan Hutchison with you in the booth at Zizzer Stadium and our pregame as we get ready to kick off the 2022 football campaign tonight at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium with the West Plains Zizzers taking on the Bolivar Liberators. I'll be joined in the booth by Reek Grigsby here in just a little bit. And football will be on with a 7 o'clock kickoff, and you still have some time to come by the KDY booth just outside the gate here at Zizzer Stadium and pick up your free T-shirts while they last. We also have some food out there thanks to Hawkins Home and Lawn, grilling with that Traeger grill. So come on by and say hi and pick up a Zizzer T-shirt if we still have any out there. So as we kick this season off, we started with a brand new head coach, Joel Wyatt, who has had great success at other locations before he comes to West Plains and takes on this Class 4 football team and program. And, of course, with every football program, the season starts with a little jamboree scrimmage, most teams at least, and the Zizzer's one of those. And they scrimmaged with Camdenton, Jeff City, and Sedalia Smith Cotton recently, past Friday night. And Joel on the radio this morning talking about that little jamboree scrimmage and what was gained from that.
Well, I thought offensively we played well. Aiden Simpson really threw the ball well. He was accurate, spread the ball around. Heston and Watson and Jesse and Briggs all contributed there in the passing game. I thought our line protected well. We probably didn't run the ball as much as I've done in the past, but again, we played to our strengths, and again, I was impressed offensively. Defensively, I thought we struggled a little bit. Coach Dixon, our DC, he'll be the first to tell you that we had a little bit of issues getting lined up right. Thought our tackling could have been a little bit better, but overall, we come out of there healthy, and that's always a positive. And I thought we played with enthusiasm early on. So we got our young kids some reps as well. So overall, I was pleased with it.
Coach Wyatt says after working out in the summer heat and the practices and through the jamboree, now they're relieved to be able to get out on the field and play a game tonight.
We've had a really good week. It's been a long week. I know that. We've really put some time in, and our defense, I think, was a little eye-opening last week for them. So, Coach Dixon has got them fired up and motivated. We're facing a different scheme than probably what we're used to, but it's been a really good prep, and we're excited to play.
It's going to be pretty warm tonight. You're always concerned about physical conditioning with the first game or two right out of the block. And the ideal situation, of course, would be to platoon players on both sides of the ball. Unfortunately, that's not the case a lot of places, more so in Class 4. And Coach Wyatt will be having to utilize some people on both sides of the football, at least kicking off the season.
I'm used to having two-way players, Class 2 and Class 3. So, that's kind of the norm. But at Class 4, we don't want to get in that habit of having a lot of two-way starters. But that's the situation we're in right now.
Yeah.
And it's even a little worse now with Woody Rogers out and Carter McCracken. So, we're having to have some guys even get into that same boat of playing both sides of the ball. So, yeah, it's in week one is always, a struggle in dealing with the heat. It's a good thing for our 4-minute breaks there with the officials. But yeah, it's not an ideal situation at this level for the simple fact your opponents aren't going to do that in the Ozark Conference. But that's why we got to be in shape.
As far as the Liberators are concerned tonight, it's kind of like walking into a dark room for everybody. You don't really know what you're going to get until you get into that first game, second game. Coach Wyatt talks about the Liberators, and they've had some success against West Plains over the past 5 years or so. But last year, the Zizzers went to Bolivar at SBU and really put the wood to them. But who knows what it's going to be like tonight.
But, again, being out of the area, I'm kind of out of the loop here on what they've been. I just know that, like you said, with tradition going all the way back to Coach Potts and then Coach Roten and then Coach Glenn Johnson, the current coach, has had them going recently as well. So, Bolivar, I think, is a football town. And, you got SBU right there. So it's a football community. And, I don't think they're as big as they've been in the past on the offensive line. And I know on the defensive line they're not as big as they've been in the past as well. But still, it's you're going to get some physical kids just because of the tradition and the style they play right now, which is the flex bone.
As far as his own team is concerned, defensively, going to have to stop the run against the flex bone tonight. And also on the offensive side, as it is with any team, you have to have your playmakers make plays. And that's what Coach Wyatt will be looking for from his group this evening.
Well, we've got our core group there that we expect them to make plays, and Heston Miller and Watson Hafer and Jesse Hudson. He was strictly a defensive guy last year, but he's going to be he's going to be both sides of the ball playmaker. Briggs Houston, a big 6'6" target, and Aiden Simpson, he's got some big shoes to fill in Kinslow. But we're more than pleased with the work he's put in and the work he's done. So, I think if, people are thinking, man, Kinslow's out of there, and they may not have heard of Aiden Simpson. Man, he's a really good quarterback. He obviously doesn't have the athleticism of Kinslow because not many do, and that guy was special. But, we're excited about those guys. And then Lucas Conyers he's going to be asked to carry the ball some tonight with Carter out and Heston being a two-way player, and he's going to get his touches. So Lucas has got to be ready to go to get his.
Now the starters for this ball game tonight. First for the West Plains offense at left tackle will be Peyton Reynolds, 6'1", 226. At left guard, Justin Tuck, 5'11", 260. At center, back again, Magnus Sanders, 6 feet, 360, anchoring the middle of the line. At right guard, it'll be Maddox Hawkins, 6'1", 226. And at right tackle, Big Garrett Mahan, 6'6", and 230. At tight end and wideout, Watson Hafer, 6'4", 208. At wideout and running back, Heston Miller, 6'1", 205. The other wideout, Jesse Hudson, 5'10", 197. At fullback, Dawson Howell, and we haven't seen many fullback runs over the past few years in West Plains. Dawson is 6'3", and 240. At wideout, Briggs Houston, a big target at 6'6", 200. And the quarterback will be Aiden Simpson. I'm really excited for Aiden because he has a lot of ability and, of course, didn't get many chances with Dagan Kinslow in the last few years, but he'll do a good job tonight calling signals. For West Plains defense, across the front, Logan Seitz, 5'11", 221. Dawson Howell, along with Garrett Mahan and Miles Foster, who had a really good year last year, 6'4", and 240 at defensive end. Linebackers, Quincy Doolittle, 5'10", and 184. Alex Judd at 6'1", 209. And Watson Hafer will round out the linebacking core. Defensive backs, Will Stauffer, 5'9", and 148. Rylan Kinslow at 6'2", and 177. D-backs will be Jesse Hudson and Heston Miller. For Bolivar, their starters on offense, the quarterback will be Drake Durham stepping into that role. His fullback will be Blake Goodman. The wings are Keelan Jordan and Trenton Patke. Jordan is an all-conference player along with an all-district player. Wide receiver Sam Pulsifer. He is an all-conference and all-district kick returner. At wideout will be Jake Banner. Left tackle will be Christian Jenkins. Left guard, Braden Benjamin. At center, Quincy Jensen. Right guard, all-conference player Cale McCullough. And right tackle will be Ryder Hall. On the defensive side, it'll be Braden Spiegel at a safety. He will be a returner from last year's team. At safety as well, Jake Banner. Outside linebackers are Sam Pulsifer and Blake Goodman, who is all district. Quarterbacks are Devin Norton and Gardner Casey. Cale Berry will play inside linebacker along with Mason McCurry. Defensive ends are Caden Stanley and Luke Dill. And the place kicker will be Colin Ames. The Liberators are coached by Glenn Johnson. As we get the broadcast started in just a moment from Zizzer Stadium, we'll go over the schedule of games. Full schedule pretty much north of the line, a few to the south. Mountain Home's playing tonight and a few other teams in north central Arkansas. We'll go over all that as we go. But we're just about ready for kickoff. I'm joined by Reed Grigsby in just a moment. We're excited. It's Zizzer football back for another season. And again, come by our booth, the KDY booth just outside the front gate. You get yourself a free T-shirt and something to eat and get ready for some fun. Zizzer football is coming up next on Hot Country KDY.
This has been the pregame show on Hot Country KDY. Stay tuned. Zizzer kickoff time is coming up next on your home for the Zizzers, KDY.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why there's a doctor on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to care for unpredictable injuries. Ozarks Healthcare has 4 orthopedic doctors and 2 podiatrists on staff to care for your athletes. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about OZH Podiatry as well as OZH Orthopedics and Spine, visit ozarkshealthcare.com.
Hawkins Home and Lawn.
Need home appliances? Hi, this is Anna. Do you know that Hawkins Home and Lawn in West Plains and in Mountain Grove has something you will really like? It's called Price Match. Every day, we will match all the big box stores' prices on home appliances. That's right, no more driving to the big city or big stores. We have it all locally and at great prices and the largest selection and inventory in the area. Stop by, call us, or go online at hawkinshomeandlawn.com.
West Plains Zizzers football on Hot Country KDY. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Zizzer Coin Laundry, Wilbanks Tire, West Plains Lock and Key, West Plains Bank and Trust Company, USA Mortgage, West Plains, Taylor Grubauge, Chevrolet, Buick GMC, along with Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, State Farm Insurance, Justin Shelby, SMP Quality Auto Glass, TLG Peterbilt, Pepsi Mid-America. Also brought to you by Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, Ozarks Healthcare, by Ozarks Hills Realty, Century 21, Monty's Outdoors, Long Electric, J&J Recovery, Hawkins Home and Lawn, Edgeler and Harper, Don's Auto Service, Current Incorporated, Captain D's, Butler Heating and Air, by Bureau, Brown Furniture and Appliance, Bailey Chevrolet, Pontiac GMC, and by Assurance Realty.
And now West Plains Zizzers football on the official home of the Zizzers, Hot Country KDY.
And we welcome you to Zizzer Stadium at McDonald's Field as we get ready to kick off the football season for 2022. I'm Harlan Hutchison, Reed Grigsby to my right, and in the studio is Nate Hudson. And we've got a pretty good crowd here for the opener. It's a very humid night as we get ready for the kickoff as the captains meet at midfield. The Zizzers will be in the home red with black pants, black hats, and it'll be the Liberators from Bolivar in white shirts, gold pants, gold helmets, and gold numbers, unfortunately, which will be very hard to see at certain points of the ball game tonight. Well, Mr. Grigsby, it's good to see you again as we get ready to start another season. Seems like we were just here the other day, but here we are for another year of Zizzer football. So brand new coach Joel Wyatt at the helm here, and I'm sure that he's probably a little anxious as things get started. So what sort of things are you looking for in this first game here tonight?
Well, that's a great question. So Coach Wyatt, this is the beginning of the Wyatt era. I think we're going to see kind of a throwback to the Steve Airy era, because Wyatt and Steve Airy worked together for many, many years, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm looking for, we're probably going to be under center. We're probably going to run between the tackles a little bit. And then when the opportunity presents itself, we're going to spread it around and throw the ball a little bit. We definitely have a lot of talent coming back. We lost a lot of talent last year, but we don't always have to lose talent. We can reload, and I think that's certainly the case this year. We're going to reload, especially with some younger talent that will likely get a lot of playing time this year.
I told people last season that West Plains football team a year ago had probably more good players on it than maybe any team that I've had the opportunity to watch on a week-to-week basis. We lost 3 kids to college football, and some of those just outstanding players are gone. But now those players, which we would have classified last year as really solid players, have a chance to step up, and they're the ones that are going to lead the way this year.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a couple sophomores that they'll probably start, and there's going to be some players in the past couple years that have kind of been in a supporting role, and they're going to take more of a lead role. And I'm excited to see what they can do. I really believe in this team, and I believe in this program, and so I'm excited to see them out there flying around and seeing what they can make happen.
Well, the captains have met. The coin flip has happened, and it'll be West Plains receiving to start the football game. And Jesse Hudson will be one of those back deep. He'll also be flanked on the right by Isaiah Jones. And actually, we'll have 4 deep. Heston Miller is back there. So we'll see how things line up as we get this football game started, and it's going to be a fun year. No doubt about it. And the starters, we've gone over those, and we'll hit on them again in just a bit. We're ready to go from right to left. Bolivar will kick off with Colin Ames, and his kick is back deep, and it's Miller at the 4. They'll fake the end around, now hand it on the end around. Jones going to the right. He fumbles the football. Ball is loose on the turf, and it's picked up by West Plains at the 19-yard line. So a little chicanery nearly went sideways on us there. First down and 10, as West Plains will have the football to start the year, start the season. In the scrimmage, the jamboree at Camdenton last week, Coach Wyatt said offense looked very good. The defense has a little bit of work to do. Be nice to start this game this season with a nice long drive here.
Yeah, you definitely want to make an impact, especially here on this first series. So we'll see what we have dialed up.
Aiden Simpson will line up under center on first down from the 19-yard line. Toss play running to the left. That's Miller, and he'll be hit, bounce back, now gets to the corner, 23, 20, maybe 24-yard line. And it looks like they're going to mark him out at the 23. So a gain on the play of about 3.5. And that's the way the season starts. Heston Miller got his hands on the football last year. He's going to get his hands on the football a lot more this year.
No doubt about it. He's one of the best talents in southern Missouri, if not, the state of Missouri. So, yeah, it's going to be heavy Heston Miller, and I expect big things from him this year.
All right, out of the spread set this time. 3 receivers and a single running back with Simpson on second down and 7. Back to throw. He pumps, throws it deep down the middle. Got a guy, and it's caught at the 42-yard line, and tackle made at the Bolivar 35. And a big play early on. Aiden Simpson really put that ball right on the money, Reed.
They've been saying all summer Aiden Simpson is extremely accurate. He sits back there and just throws dimes, and that was a perfect pass to Jesse Hudson for a big first down.
42-yard gain, first down. And Jesse Hudson on the reception that time. First down and 10 for West Plains, and he just ran right down the middle of the field. And the coverage wasn't bad, but the throw was a little bit better. On first down for West Plains. That'll loosen up the defense a little bit. Double wing, man in motion to the right is the fullback. Snap, running play to the right. It'll be Miller trying to get wide, gets to the corner, and he'll be hemmed in and dropped for a loss of 2. Maybe 1, back at the 36-yard line. And that was a real slow developing play that time.
It was, but Bolivar has obviously watched some game film on Heston Miller, and they know that when he gets to the outside, if he turns the corner, there's nobody on the field that can catch him. So, as an offensive strategy, that's going to loosen up the inside a little bit. So we'll see what happens on this next play.
Well, on a play like that, sometimes you run a play like that and somebody says, well, that didn't do much. Well, you might be setting up something else to go along with that a little bit later on. A loss of 1. It's 2nd down and 11 from the Bolivar 36. Lucas Conyers is in the backfield, and a whistle and a timeout's going to be called by West Plains. With 10:23 to go in the first quarter, West Plains is moving the football, and we'll come back with 2nd down and 11. After a 30-second timeout, you're listening to Zizzer Football on Hot Country KDY.
Having a broken magic wand just after turning the temps up is not something I anticipated. Now I am melting. I should have ordered a GeoComfort geothermal system instead of wasting money on a wand that hasn't worked in weeks. Staying comfortable wouldn't be a problem.
Butler Heating and Air and GeoComfort can help. Call Butler Heating and Air in West Plains now for a free estimate on a GeoComfort geothermal system. Butler Heating and Air, your authorized GeoComfort geothermal dealer.
Hello, my name.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
10:23 to go in the first quarter from McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. West Plains, the first possession of the night, have run 3 plays and have moved the football down to the 36 of Bolivar after a loss of 1 on the first down play. A lot of games going on tonight.
Absolutely, and this game, is very important. This Bolivar West Plains, matchup has really become quite the rivalry over the years.
Dawson Howell lines up in the backfield, and the running play goes to the right, and it's going to be a good gain. Heston Miller that time, and a flag comes down 3 seconds after the play is over from the referee, and that's always, well, not always, but usually holding, and it is again in this case.
Yeah, when it comes from the back judge standing back there behind the offense, you pretty much know that it's going to be a holding call and an offensive penalty. But still a nice run by Heston Miller, and that's one of those things we can get cleaned up, and hopefully he can find some space around that outside edge.
There is one thing that Coach Wyatt is going to emphasize, and that is we have been at times plagued with penalties over the past couple of years, and that is something that he really, really wants to cut back on. You can't eliminate it, but you can really cut back on it. And there's the first penalty of the season. That'll move it back from the point of the foul to the 40-yard line of Bolivar. So it's 2nd down and 15. Aiden Simpson with a single running back. And the snap, look left over the middle, wide open, pass is incomplete. It was behind the intended receiver that time, Watson Hafer, at the 32-yard line. And that ball was out before Watson got turned around. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 play.
It's pretty normal for first game jitters. The timing's off just a little bit, and what you got to do with a young team and a first-year starting quarterback is just keep them calm, and hopefully they can dial it in.
This West Plains football team has had a lot of success over the past 4 or 5 seasons, and these kids want to keep that going. It's 3rd down and 15. From the Bolivar 40, back to throw it over the middle. Pop pass is caught, same play, and it's fumbled. Loose ball, and amazingly, West Plains comes up with it at the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down play, and boy, we were way, way lucky to not turn the ball over there as Briggs Houston got on the football quick as it came out, and now it's going to be 4th down and about 6.
Great form tackle by Bolivar that time. Sometimes we see the helmet come across the body. It can pop that ball out, and I think that's what happened there.
So we fumbled the football twice, recovered both. Now 4th down and about 6 from the 31-yard line of Bolivar. Back to throw it. Simpson looks, pumps, throws high, wide, incomplete. 4th down is going to be not converted, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and Bolivar will take over with decent field position at their own 30-yard line. 31-yard line.
All in all, pretty decent first drive. One monster play, and there were some opportunities there that were missed, and obviously a 10-yard penalty of the holding kind is going to set you back a little bit. But now's the time to settle down and get settled into the game.
This Bolivar team has a few new faces. Some of their better players, though, are at skill spots. The quarterback is Drake Durham with a single running back. On first down, the man in motion will hand it first guy, and he is hit immediately. Really good play on the defensive side that time for West Plains. Number 51, Quincy Doolittle, a 5'10 linebacker, made the play, and he's playing on the inside and made a good play right off the first snap on the defensive side this season. No gain. It'll be second down and 10. Trenton Patke on the carry that time got nothing for Bolivar. They run the flex bone, single back, man in motion from the left, tossed to the right side, tries to get to the corner, strung out really well, and they'll drive him out of bounds after a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards across the way at the 30-yard line. And it'll bring up now third down. Third down and about 5, maybe 6.
Good pursuit that time by the left side of the defense to get over there and make sure that he was not able to turn the corner because it looked like they had a little bit of speed behind him.
So now, same formation, now the flex bone. They need about 5. And now the quarterback, Drake Durham, will back and get some different signals from the sideline. They'll change the play. They'll run the quarterback option to the left. Good block, and should be a first down easily, and it will be up to the 47-yard line. So well-run play that time for Patke, and they pick up plenty for the first down.
That was a borderline block. we'll call it that.
What are you saying, Reed?
It worked. It worked for him, but it may have caught him behind the shoulder pads.
And now on first down, that's the first down of the game for the Liberators. Man in motion running to the left. They'll cut it over the tackle, and West Plains will fill the gap and stop the play after a gain of about 3. And on the carry that time was Jordan Keelan. Gain of about 3. 8:23 to go in the first quarter. West Plains on defense. Liberators come up on second down and about 7. Durham takes, rolls out, looks to throw, has pressure from the inside, rolls to the left, gets to the sideline, 50, 45, 40, and tiptoes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. They're going to say he's out of bounds. Actually, I said the 43. He's actually out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So a gain on the play, about 13 yards and another first down. So their coach was talking about Durham's ability to run the football, and we saw some of that right there. Now toss play running to the right. Trying to get wide, turns it up, and there's the first holding penalty against Bolivar tonight. It's a good run down the sideline to the 20 and a late hit out of bounds on Heston Miller pushing the ball carrier out. It wasn't egregious, but instead of backing him up 10, it looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties.
Yeah, it most definitely be offsetting penalties. I think there was a pretty massive hold which sprung the play to begin with, but right at the end of the play, we just have to remember to pull up a little bit shorter than that.
And so Heston comes off. The officials at midfield make the call holding. Dead ball fell, personal foul against West Plains. So that's where we're at. 7:48 to go in the first quarter. Stays light a little longer than it will when we get into October. It'll be pitch black when we get to that point.
You're right.
All right. So what they're going to do is mark off the holding penalty. Then they're going to mark off the personal foul penalty.
Right, which will make it a 1st and 5 versus a 1st and 15.
So from the point of the foul and where they ended up marking off the second penalty, the ball is going to be at the 31 of West Plains, and they have to get to the 27. So it's going to be first down and 4 for the Liberators. Now that double wing flex bone set, no tight end, man in motion right. They'll hand it off. First guy is hit immediately and driven back, and a good defensive play up front for West Plains that time. And there's a guy that we saw play very well last year, Reed. Miles Foster made a very good play, and Quincy Doolittle finished the play off, and they pushed him back for a loss of a yard on that one.
And that's one thing we heard coming out of the summer, during camp, that our interior line was stout, and they looked really good against our peers at jamborees and also summer camps. So we just need a little help in the background for them, but they look like a solid unit.
Second down play and 5. Back to throw it. He throws to the right. Underneath pass is caught, and that should be enough for a first down at the 24-yard line, thereabouts, but it's going to be plenty for the first down. A gain on the play. They're going to mark it at 24, so that's a gain of 8 yards. And so the Liberators move the sticks for the third time in this drive. First down and 10 for Bolivar on the move inside the 25 of West Plains. Motion man, they'll run it right up the middle, and they'll end up picking up about 4. Make it 3 to the 21-yard line. And their lone running back in this formation is the guy that's probably going to get the most touches. And in this particular case, we're talking about Trenton Patke, and that play picked up 4. And it'll bring up now second down and 7. Same set, man in motion left. They'll hand it to him going up the middle, get some blocking, and a terrific tackle coming up to make the stop that time. Jesse Hudson, as sure a tackler probably as we have on the defensive side of the football. It'll be a short gain on the play, maybe 1. It'll be third down at about 3.
Jesse Hudson, I hope that's a name that we call over and over and over again this season. He is so fun to watch, but what a great tackle that time.
All right, here is a big defensive play for West Plains. It's third down for Bolivar. They have it at the 18-yard line. Third down and about 3.5. Man in motion right. Durham will raise up and look to the sideline and do something entirely different. And now timeout's going to be called by Bolivar with 5:42 to play in the first quarter from Zizzer Stadium. And the score, West Plains nothing and Bolivar nothing. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby, I'm Harlan Hutchison. Jim Lambert is doing the video work as usual, and you can see the live stream of the ball game online. So if you've got relatives that can't be here, maybe too far away, you can go online, ozarkradionews.com, and check it out. One thing we've seen already is, well, for one thing, Quincy Doolittle is not the biggest kid at linebacker, but he's pretty active, and quickness serves a part, and he's made a couple of very good plays and good tackles here early in the ball game. But right now, Reed, and this kind of goes back to what Coach Wyatt was talking about, his football team. Offensively, he's pretty comfortable. Defensively, he says they still got a lot of work to do, and we're going to have to get a lot of work done, especially with Glendale coming up next week.
Right, Glendale will test any kind of defense, and obviously you got to figure out how to outscore Glendale if you're going to win that game. But defense can, as we've seen in the past few years, if you can make some timely stops against that Glendale team and keep your offense rolling, that's how you beat them. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do, pretty much all the way around.
A third down play for Bolivar, third down and about 3.5 from the 19. Durham to throw right, got a guy wide open. The hit is made, and it's going to be just short of the first down. Really good play on the football. It's going to be, it looks like it should be fourth down and about a half a yard. Isaiah Jones, sophomore, came up and made the play from the secondary that time for West Plains.
That was a nice play, and I'm really shocked that he was able to hold on to the football. So good job by Bolivar that time. Must have some sticky tack on his hands.
And now it's 4th down. Magnus Sanders comes in and plays over tackle. Motion man right. No one jumps offside as Durham gets a different play call now. Double wing on 4th and 1. Quarterback sneak up the middle, and I don't know.
It depends on where they give him the forward progression.
Well, if it's a right foot, left foot thing, he got a first down.
It's going to be really close, Harlan.
Well, the officials stand there and look. Now, the kids on the field for West Plains said, nah, he didn't make it. Why are you even thinking about measuring? Well, they're going to measure it.
They're going to measure it because it's right on the line. I'm going to say they have a first down by a nose.
I think you may be in mid-season form with that call. Stretch it out, boys, as far as you can. Here's the measurement. And it's short.
It is short.
It is short by, oh my gosh. If it were any tighter, it would have been a first down. I mean, literally by an inch.
And that's a huge stop for a young defense. I mean, you talk about, giving you some confidence going into the rest of the game. Anytime you get a 4th and goal or a 4th and short turnover like that on downs, my goodness, that's great for a football team.
And, for a defense, it helps your confidence, and that's something that you always need to have. And West Plains will have now a first down and 10 from their own 14-yard line. It'll be Bolivar lining up with 3 down linemen, it looks like, up front. And they're going to move a couple of kids up on the end, so a 5-man front. First down from the 14. Running play fake. Screen play to the other side. That's caught by Hafer. Breaks a tackle, 2 tackles at the 25, and a first down for West Plains at the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 14 and a first down, and we're going to see another young man with his hands on the football a lot this season. Watson Hafer is an athlete.
At least I hope so, because he is a game changer. He not only has great hands, but he also is very good out in space, and he's a big body to bring down. So he had a phenomenal season last year. I think, if he can get some more touches this year, there's the sky's the limit for that kid.
A first down from the 28-yard line of West Plains. Aiden Simpson gets everybody set. He'll hand it to Miller, cuts upfield, hit, loss of a yard on the play, and there's about 6 white jerseys on top of him. He started out wide and stopped and tried to cut it up, and there was none of the white shirts there, so no gain, maybe a loss of a half a yard.
Couple punches thrown there late by Bolivar, getting a little chippy out there. No flag thus yet, but I think I just saw a warning. So the next little bit of chippiness from either team, I'd say we'll get a flag.
It'll be second down and 11. And the officials talking to Heston Miller about the deal. I was already, as Reed said, they'd already talked to the Bolivar kids, so let's play nice. It's second down and 11 from the 27. This time out of the spread set. And now we're going to have maybe a water break. We get those the first couple of weeks of the season. Timeout on the field with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Still no score, and we're back in 30 seconds on KDY.
School is back in session. New routines, fall sports, helping your kids with their homework. Who has time for laundry? Zizzer Coin Laundry on Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains. They are here and ready to help you with your homework. Well, the laundry anyway. Drop off all your laundry and they will wash, dry, fold, and even press your clothes if you want them to. They do everything, but put it away. Zizzer Coin Laundry, next to R&R Tire in West Plains.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
It'll be second down and 11 for West Plains. Next week, Paul Knight and I will be on the road on top of the press box at Springfield Glendale, the home of the longest game I've ever seen in my life.
I hate to say this, but I'm glad it's you and not me. I'll be sitting at home watching it on TV.
All right, fake. Aiden Simpson takes the snap, barrels forward across the 30 to the 31. Ball loose on the ground, but they're going to say the play was over. But that's kind of a disturbing trend. That's 3 times we've seen the ball squirt out here in the first quarter for West Plains.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you need to protect the pigskin just a little bit more than that, boys.
Because there's no rule against the defense reaching in and trying to strip the football, and that's something that good defenses do, and it's sort of victimized West Plains early, although we haven't lost one yet. Now West Plains comes out on a 3rd down and 7 for about the 32-yard line. Aiden Simpson, Conyers in the backfield with him, 3 wide left. They'll look left, they'll throw left. Ball is caught by Miller, breaks a tackle, leans forward, and he's going to be well short of the first down. They'll push forward to the 35-yard line. That's still going to be short of the first down by about 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation for West Plains.
Yeah, in this part of the field, you almost have to punt it away, see if we can pin them deep in their own territory and come out and fight them the next time.
I don't think it would be a stretch to say that Bolivar is paying extra attention wherever Heston Miller goes tonight.
Yeah, and they're smart to do so, but that's going to open somebody else up, and hopefully Watson Hafer or Conyers or somebody like that.
Aiden Simpson will kick the ball. He'll stand at his 22. Good snap, gets it away. Pretty good kick. End over end, and it's caught on the fly at the 25-yard line. Great tackle downfield on the coverage, and then a hit from behind at the end of the play that didn't get whistled. Lucas Conyers with the stop that time, and was that not a clip right at the end of that play? Maybe I'm seeing things.
It certainly looked like it. What a great tackle by Lucas Conyers. I mean, Lucas Conyers is a prototypical player that I like to watch play. Not real big, very wiry, not real heavy, but has a high revving motor, and he's willing to get out there and put his nose into places.
He will be involved in the West Plains offense in the running back position tonight, so he's going to get some cracks at it. He hasn't had that opportunity just yet. Now it's 1st down for Bolivar, and that was a good change in field position right there. Tilts the field back to their 25-yard line. Running play right up the middle, and it'll pick up maybe 2. And the tackle made on the play, and on the run that time for Bolivar was, I believe that was Blake Goodman, and he'll pick up short yardage. I'm sorry, Reed, go ahead.
No, I heard the PA announcer announce Garrett Mahan. He's a big body, one of those interior linemen down there that makes a big difference for us, and he's really had a nice couple of previous seasons.
Man in motion right, option right, toss right. Jordan has it, slipped a tackle, gets across the 35, up near the 38-yard line, and that should be a 1st down for Bolivar. Gain on the play of about 8.
Bolivar for the last several years, this has always been a good game. They've kind of had a number the last few years, but they run that option offense to perfection sometimes.
So a gain of 8, and that's the 4th 1st down for Bolivar. Now a play over to the right side, and it's across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. So, both football teams kind of mirroring one another with what they're trying to do early on. Gain on the play of close to 4 yards, and they'll bring up 2nd down. Second down and 6 from the 42. Back to throw. Durham looks right, throws deep down the right sideline. The ball is incomplete. And a little bit of bumping down the field, but that ball was not catchable as it went out of bounds.
And that was sophomore Will Stauffer, number 6. Good coverage right down the sideline. And high school is a little bit different than college and pros. You're allowed a little bit more contact in high school. But I think what we saw there was perfectly legal.
All right, need some defense here. Need a pass rush. Need some pressure on Durham. 4 down linemen. Let's see if the Zizzers blitz here. They do. Toss play running left. They turn it in. and a tackle is made at the 45-yard line, maybe the 46. And that time, Garrett Mahan in on the tackle that time. He'll bring up 4th down at about 2. How brave do you feel if you're the head coach of this Bolivar team, Coach Johnson? Let's see what they want to do here.
It's kind of no man's land as far as the decision-making goes, but, yeah, it looks like they're going to call a timeout and think about it, Harlan. Well, actually, end of the quarter.
End of the quarter, and after 1 from McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium, it's 0-0. Back in a minute on KDY.
Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage. When deciding on what company to do business with for financing your property, I chose USA Mortgage because we have customizable loan products and programs to fit each individual's needs. Find me in the Silver Springs Business Complex off Bypass 63 in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
JS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not a commercial lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. Headquartered 12140 Woodcrest Executive Drive, Suite 150, St. Louis, Missouri. 63141. Toll free 888-250-6522.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Well, they're going to punt the football, they being Bolivar. They're lined up that way. Here's the snap, and close to a block. Kick is terrific. Downfield, caught on the fly at the 15-yard line, and a great tackle made at the 17-yard line that time. Really good coverage that time by Bolivar. On the tackle was Will Hendrickson. He is a sophomore who got downfield and made the stop, and that backs West Plains up around the 18-yard line. 1st down and 10. Just underway in the second quarter of this Ozark Conference and season opener tonight here in West Plains.
Good job by the return man that time, Rylan Kinslow, catching it out on the fly, and he actually, put us in pretty decent situation. You certainly don't want to punt like that to get over your head and get within the 5-yard line. So good job by the return man.
That very easily could have been the case.
Mm-hmm.
On 1st down from the 18, Aiden Simpson is under center. Watson Hafer now in motion from left to right. They'll fake it, back to throw it. Simpson over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted at the 28-yard line. And I don't know if that ball was just off the mark or what, but it was directly to the defensive player that time, and that is Braden Spiegel.
Really good coverage by Bolivar that time. Looked like they had about 7 people back in coverage. They read the pass play, perfectly. They must have seen something from our camp game tapes or something that cued them off, but good defensive job by Bolivar.
First turnover of the football game goes the way of the Liberators, and now they are cooking with gas at the 28-yard line. And the quarterback will, I don't know if that was mishandled or what, but it doesn't go anywhere. A gain of about a foot for Durham, and it'll bring up 2nd down, and for all intents and purposes, still 10 yards to go.
Looked like a bobbled snap. I thought the ball was going to hit the turf for a moment, but he was able to kind of juggle it around and make the best out of it. But sometimes them's the breaks.
So we've played just over 1 quarter of football. And some games, some openers are like this where people are just trying to get their footing, and sometimes it's not a work of art. Both of these teams trying to find a little momentum here, and it's 2nd down and 10. Man in motion left, roll out pass, pressure on the quarterback, looking right. He throws on the run, ball is underthrown and incomplete at the 17-yard line. 2 Liberators and 4 Zizzers there, and I'm not really sure who that was to, but Bolivar nearly came up with a play.
Yeah, you usually don't want 2 receivers right in the exact same area of the field when you throw the ball, but that's exactly what happened at Bolivar, and that just creates confusion, but also draws a lot more defensive players to the area.
Well, here it is. Now it's a 3rd down play. Let's see how West Plains wants to play this, see if they loosen up, see if they bring pressure. They blitzed on the last third down play. Back to throw it. Durham flushed out of the pocket and rolling to the right, and throwing to the right down the field. The ball is caught and ripped out, and the official, they're going to call that a catch. Or are they? No, incomplete.
No, incomplete. Yeah. He never had possession of the ball. He bobbled it all the way to the ground, so that was a good call by the referee that time.
On that play, Miles Foster was chasing from behind and seemed to pull up. I was thinking, man, I hope he didn't pull something there, but quarterback bought enough time to get rid of the football, and now it's 4th down.
4th down and long, and, I would say that they're going to punt it away here, but it almost looks like they're setting up for a very long field goal on the high school level.
Colin Ames is the kicker. This would be a 45-yard field goal. If you're on defense, watch for a fake from the left hash mark, timeout called. It's 4th down and about 10, so if you draw them off sides, that may change your mind about what you want to do here if you could get an extra 5 out of this before you try to kick the football. But we'll see how that all pans out here as we go along, and at halftime, as Glenn Johnson talks to his kicking team, it looks to me like, and he's going to have a little bit of wind to deal with, so if I'm on defense, I am really, so man, if you can kick this, congratulations.
No kidding.
But you don't want to jump offside, and you don't want to sell out and just give up a fake. That would be a disaster. So Coach Johnson on the field, and now talking to the referee. Are we ready to go, boys? West Plains in the red, Bolivar in the white with 10:45 to go. Here we go with the field goal attempt. Colin Ames for Bolivar from the 35. It's a 45-yard field goal attempt. Snap down. The kick is up. That's going to be way short, I believe. No good. It was a good 7-8 yards short. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 for West Plains. And they'll have pretty good field position at the 29-yard line.
You can't blame them for trying it. I mean, as the game has gone here in the first and second quarter, it looks like points are going to be hard to come by. So you need any opportunity that you have where you can sneak in 3 points, you need to take it. Unfortunately, he was way short. Fortunately for us, way short.
We had a kid a couple of years ago named Thomas here that probably could have
that's right.
reached that, don't you think?
I absolutely. He was one of the better high school kickers I've seen.
Ever.
Yes.
Just plain ever.
Right.
1st down and 10 for West Plains. And they'll line up this time. Alva staggered eye. Haven't seen that in a while. On 1st down, toss power play to the left. Miller tries to get to the corner, gets to the 20-25 out of bounds. He turned that into a decent run at about the 27-yard line, so that's a good pickup on the play. Gain of 7, and it'll bring up gain of 8. It's 2nd down and 2.
Nice block that time by number 44, Dawson Howell, coming out of that fullback position. He was able to hold up his man enough for Miller to at least have a sniff of the corner. So, and when that happens, the sky's the limit for Heston Miller.
It's 2nd down and about 2. Now Conyers is at tailback. Out of the I formation. Handoff, Conyers running left, cuts it back upfield. Nice run. 35, 40-yard line, and tackled right on the 40-yard line. And he showed some quickness on a gain that time of 12 yards, 1st down for West Plains.
It's been many, many years since I've seen West Plains run out of the I formation. But it is always a fun offense to watch, have the fullback come up in there and into the hole and make a nice block. And Lucas Conyers is quick enough to make something happen and small enough to wiggle through a small hole.
So many teams, anymore when a running back has the football running between the tackles, he has no one leading. That's a lot different look for a lot of defenses to see that and have to deal with a big guy leading the way. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Aiden Simpson. He'll be spun down across the 40-yard line, about the 44. And it'll be 2nd down and about 6. And Aiden Simpson, he's not Dagan Kinslow.
Right.
But he can run the football. So
absolutely, he's a great athlete and has a really, really good arm. And I really think he'll get it dialed in probably during this football game.
9.5 minutes left in the first half. Aiden Simpson with the football to 44 of West Plains. Back to throw it. He looks over the middle, draws it down, pulls it up, 45-yard line, spins around, big hit at the 48, and shows some strength. And now the ball is loose, evidently, and Bolivar has it on a turnover. They must have stripped the football, and Bolivar has it at the 40-yard line of West Plains.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the danger you get when you run, and sometimes it's good to just go down. But he was fighting through several tacklers, and Bolivar was smart enough to rob the ball away from him. You see that happen a lot on the high school level.
It's Joel Wyatt with his hands on his hips on the sideline. Second turnover of the first half against West Plains. 3 fumbles in the first half, and that's the first one that West Plains has lost. So things were looking up a little bit there on that drive, but now they're looking different. West Plains on defense at the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. And the man in motion from the right. Play action, back to throw it. They're going to flush him out of the pocket. Runs right. Underneath throw is bad and low to the outside, incomplete. Good coverage that time for West Plains. They had that play pretty much figured out, and so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that was just a thrown away pass, and because it was great coverage downfield. So good job by the Zizzer defense that time, not allowing anybody to get behind them.
I think Alex Judd was the defender on that play on the near sideline, and some pressure forced the quarterback to throw it on the run. Durham. Now it's 2nd and 10. We'll hand it off. First man left, and the tackle made immediately that time on the far side of the field. And it'll bring up a 3rd down long. And again, Judd on the tackle. So he's pretty active out there here in the first half on the defensive side.
Alex Judd comes from a long line of great athletes, and I expect big things out of that man. Just a sophomore, but he has great size, has great work ethic. He's not afraid to put his nose in there and make something happen.
All right, now another big play for the defense here in the first half. West Plains will loosen up a little bit in the secondary. Back to throw. Durham looks left. Big hit on the quarterback and a loss on the play. Another terrific play. Quincy Doolittle is back there getting it done, and the Zizzers decided to blitz on that play, and Quincy Doolittle, he was back there nearly as quick as the snap was. There's going to be a loss back to the 45-yard line, so that's going to be a loss of about 7.
That makes it 4th and very, very long here, so Bolivar will have no choice but to punt it away.
Yep, there's not going to be much of a debate about what to do in this particular case. You wouldn't think. Well, now they line up on 4th down, and it's 15, and they line up under center. And now another timeout's going to be called. A timeout's going to be called, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a good choice by West Point. We went out there with the punt return team, and they came out under center, so a little bit of trickery out there by the Bolivar Liberators, and anyway, we'll see what happens after the break.
All right, timeout, and back in 30 seconds. No score at Zizzer Stadium on KDY.
Some things you might not know about getting keys made for your vehicle. You do not have to go to the dealer to get keys made and programmed, and you do not have to wait for a company from the big city to drive down and do it for you either, which also means you do not have to pay expensive tow bills to get your car to the dealer. West Plains Lock and Key can cut and program keys for most vehicles, new and old, and will come to you. Call West Plains Lock and Key 256-8862, where tradition meets technology.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
They play YMCA on the PA here during the timeout. This song came out when I was in high school in the 70s, and we all looked at each other and said, well, at least this song will be gone in a few years. We'll never have to hear it again.
Right.
Now here it is, 2022. But now, out of the timeout, Bolivar lines up differently. They line up in a standard punt formation. So it's going to be 4th down and long. And Kinslow is back to receive at his own 10-yard line. Here's a high snap, and the kick is away, and he shanked it. Looked like one of my 3-woods out of bounds up the sideline, and that's going to be out at the 27-yard line of West Plains. That is not. He may have been trying to angle the football, but the angle was much too short and abrupt.
Off the side of his foot, and then it essentially ended up being, a 19 or 20-yard punt. So great field position for the West Plains Zizzers coming out of their huddle, and we'll see what we can get done before half on the offensive side of the ball.
This first half has gone right on by for the most part, with the exception of a couple of penalties. It's really been pretty much, and some timeouts. They've been pretty much from the word go. Aiden Simpson takes his time getting out there after talking with his head coach, Joel Wyatt. 1st down and 10 for West Plains. Tight end to the right out of the straight eye set. Receiver to the left. Long snap count from the 27. Running play right. Miller gets a good lead block. Gets to the 30-yard line and is run out of bounds at around the 33. And a terrific lead block on that play for West Plains. Justin Tuck, a 5'11", 260-pound lineman for the Zizzers, made a terrific block on that play. He's playing left guard, and Reed, he made a very key block to pop that thing open for a gain of 5, maybe 6 yards.
Yeah, and it almost popped for way more yards than that. So, yeah, great block, great run by Heston Miller.
Now it's 2nd down. From the 32-yard line. Screen play out to the left, caught by Hudson, 40-yard line. Tackle made at the 45. And no, yeah, it was Jesse Hudson. And that'll be enough for a 1st down for West Plains. They'll move it across their own 45-yard line.
Jesse Hudson's one of those players that, he'll hopefully, we'll see him get quite a few more touches this year than what he has in the past. But he is a game changer on both sides of the ball. Nothing fancy, just kind of an old school football player.
No score in the ball game. 7:20 to go in the first half. 4th 1st down for West Plains on the night. Staggered eye to the left, receivers to both sides. On 1st down, play action rollout, little screen over the top, caught by Hafer, 50-yard line, makes a move to the outside, stays on his feet, 40-yard line, 35-yard line, still going, and finally out of bounds on the far side of the field. And there's another example of what big Watson Hafer is capable of. He walked the tightrope and made that run all the way down to the 32-yard line.
I think that's one thing that's most impressive about Watson Hafer is he very rarely, if ever, goes down on initial contact. He's always able to shake off that first tackler and a lot of the times the 2nd and 3rd tackler and just keep going.
23-yard pickup on the play. It's 1st down for West Plains. Be nice to get a score here. Establish a lead. West Plains will line up this time out of the spread set. Lucas Conyers is back there with Simpson. The snap, they'll hand it to Miller, running left. They push him wide, 35-30, and hit and out of bounds at the 27, 28-yard line. So a gain of about 3 on the play. Bolivar did a really good job of forcing that play, forcing Miller back upfield, allowed their pursuit to catch up with the play, but it still picked up about 3.
It's pretty obvious Bolivar has at least one spy on Heston Miller that's going wherever he goes on the field, so they're showing some vulnerabilities in other areas because they're so concerned about Heston Miller, and that's the type of player he is. He can change the game whether he's doing well or not.
The offensive line comes up at the 28-yard line. Simpson deep in the formation, 2nd down and long. They'll hand it to Miller. Big hole, and he gets across the 25 down near the 20-yard line, and that's going to be very close to a 1st down. They needed about 6. I think it may be, well, I don't know after that first one. It's going to be really close. They may even measure this.
They needed 6. They got 5 7/8.
5 7/8. All right, but the good part of this is it's 3rd down. And one thing about lining up under center, in short yardage, lining up in the spread, I've never liked that. But Everybody does it. And in this case, we'll line up in the spread. Third down in a couple of inches. They'll fake it. Simpson will keep it, run behind his blocking. Good job. Gets across the 20, down to the 17-yard line. That play was sort of slow to develop, but Aiden Simpson was really smart because he got behind 3 red shirts on the right sideline and just found an opening.
He also waited for the offense to flow a little bit because they were definitely flowing towards Heston Miller, which opened up the right side of the offense. So good job by Aiden Simpson picking up that first down.
First down and 10. West Plains trying to score first tonight. From the 17-yard line. Handoff. Running left, Miller tap dances, hit, and he's not going anywhere. He'll be driven back after a loss of a yard on the play. He didn't attack the hole real hard that time. And Bolivar reacted very well and stopped the play. They had 4 or 5 white jerseys right there waiting for him. And if we haven't, as Reed just pointed out, we haven't figured out yet, Bolivar is going to have plenty of notice. Every time that Heston Miller gets the ball, they may be screaming Miller even out there when he hit.
They probably are, but as an offensive coach like Joel Wyatt is, he's loving every minute of it because he knows that something's going to break open, and it's probably going to be Watson Hafer or Jesse Hudson.
Staggered I formation, 2nd and 11. Rollout pass, looking left in the corner, lobs it to the corner, high throw. It's caught by Hafer and a touchdown. That's a touchdown. His feet hit the pylon. And that's in for the score from 17 yards out. And that comes from being bigger and more athletic than everybody else.
Going up and high ball on that. And, the quarterback knows that. He threw it in an area. The defender had his back to the quarterback. He threw it in an area where only Watson Hafer could go up and get it. And he is the biggest, baddest wide receiver out there, tight end. So he went up and got it and high pointed it and touchdown. Zizzer's first of the Wyatt era.
All right. So a lead of 6-0 for West Plains. They'll line up in the swinging gate formation and now come to the line of scrimmage. And the extra point attempt for Chase Larson. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it looks pretty good from here. And it is good. 4:31 to go in the first half. West Plains breaks on top 7-0 against Bolivar. Back in a minute on KDY.
If you're buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that'll dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 has an office in every state with a global referral network that greatly expands your reach in the market. Century 21 has been voted the most respectable in the industry. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, 1822 Porter Wagner in West Plains. Don't settle for average.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
4 minutes, 31 seconds to go. West Plains gets on the board here in the second quarter on an 18-yard pass play from Aiden Simpson to Watson Hafer, and West Plains on top 7-0. And the ball falls off the tee, and Chase Larson will have to tee it up again. Really good to get out in front and get the lead here in the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can, a team like Bolivar, if you can get a couple scores ahead, that puts them on their back foot for sure, because they're not known for big plays. They're more of a chip it down the field in between the tackles, option play every once in a while offense.
Here we go with the kick. West Plains kicking right to left, and here is the approach, and the ball is away, and a good line drive kick will bounce at the 12, be picked up at the 10, the 15-yard line. Big hit at the 17 that time for West Plains. Great coverage that time for the Zizzers. A maze of red shirts, and I didn't get a number, but
I believe it was 18 Logan Seitz that sound right?
Could be.
Yeah, it was a great tackle.
Yep. So when Mr. Martz agrees, I guess it's
That's right.
pretty much unanimous.
Mr. Martz and I played football together.
Really?
He's a class of 93 model as well.
First down and 10 now for Bolivar. Out of the flex bone. Man in motion to the left. They will hand it off running to the left. And they'll pick up decent yardage on the first down run. They're going to be leaning, it looks like, a lot this season on Blake Goodman. We saw him last year. He's 6'1" and 200 pounds, so he's a good-sized kid. And he got a good lean and picked up 6 yards on that run. Second down and 4. Motion man, they'll hand it off again. Same play. And what'd they get out of that?
They got a first down out of it, is what they got.
All right.
about 4 yards.
Just enough for the first down run, so that'll move the chains. And Bolivar's picked up 6 first downs here in this first half. Mahan gets credit for the tackle up high. Now here we go on first down and 10 from the 28-yard line of Bolivar. Toss play running left. They'll get to the edge and be driven out of bounds on the far sideline. Good job by Jesse Hudson that time to force the play wide, and they end up picking up about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, you always Bolivar gets 4 yards is a very common statement with this offense, and that's the way they've hurt us in the last couple of years. Is they are very good at just chipping it down the field.
It's second down, long 6 from their own 32. Bolivar will handle the fullback, and a big hit by Judd, who came up and really met the ball carrier straight up, face up, and drove him back. And I don't know if he got much of anything, maybe a half a yard on the play. So, again, a very good play on the defensive side of the football, and been able to call Alex Judd's name a few times already. 6'1" and 209, and he laid a pretty good pop on that fullback ball carrier. So let's see what happens here. And now, getting late in the half, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Second down and 6. Motion man back to throw it now. Quarterback is flushed, rolls to the right, looks downfield. He throws to the sideline, just throws it away. And so that'll make it fourth down, and West Plains will get the ball back with 2:47 to go here in the first half.
Bolivar will get the ball first coming out of the halftime, so it'd be a really good time for West Plains to score and go in with a 2-score lead.
And so Ryland Kinslow will stand back. And he'll move back to probably around his 35-yard line or thereabouts.
Ryland Kinslow, the cousin of Dagan Kinslow.
Back to kick it is Boone Shockley, and he will kick it from his own 23. And that one is another shank. This one's to the other direction. Just get away from it. And it'll be touched down at the 46 of West Plains, 13-yard punt.
Yeah, we'll take that all day long. But the punter for Bolivar is hitting off the side of his foot, and you know his bad punts work to our advantage for darn sure.
So we get a short field from the Bolivar 46 with 2:38 to play in the first half. And when you're in this field position, you can pretty much pick your poison here. What would you like to do? Wouldn't be a staggering surprise to see them go right back up top and try to find Watson Hafer downfield. Where is he? He's on the left end, on the inside. Heston Miller in the backfield to the right of Aiden Simpson. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it. He's looking. He has pressure from the backside. Going to have to run it, tuck it away, and he'll be out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at the 46-yard line. So no gain on the play. They may move it up to the 45.
No gain on the play, but a very good decision by the quarterback that time. Felt the pressure coming from behind. I really thought that was going to be a strip fumble there for a while. It had the recipe, it had the makings for it, and so good decision that time. Live to play another down.
Last guy to make it back from the pass route was Watson Hafer. So I think they were thinking about trying to get the ball to him. Again, deep down the field, but a little backside pressure changed things a little bit. 2nd down and 10. Simpson, option play, toss quick. Miller turns it up, breaks a tackle. He is going to be hit and knocked out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. They ran to the short side of the field that time, Reed, and sometimes you don't have much room to move, but that time Heston Miller turned it into about a 6-yard gain, 5-yard gain anyway. Now they'll bring up 3rd down and 5. The clock stopped as he was forced out of bounds.
Plenty of time left, especially when we're getting out of bounds. This is a manageable 3rd down, so all we need to do is get the 1st down here.
Split out receiver out to the right side is Briggs Houston. He's 6'6". Here's the snap. Quick throw to the left side. Hudson with the catch. Turns it up, and he'll get short of the 1st down. 38-yard line. It'll bring up now 4th down and 2 as the clock continues to run down to 2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. We may have some of the biggest receivers in the Ozark Conference for sure, with Briggs Houston out there at 6'6". Watson was, I think, 6'4", 6'5". So we've got some tall athletes out there. Now, 4th down and about 3 from the 39-yard line. Simpson to throw. Pump fake. Now is flushed out of the pocket. Runs. He may get the 1st down. Out of bounds at the 35. That is a 1st down for West Plains. And Aiden Simpson showed some toughness. He had to take a hit to get the 1st down, and that's what he did.
He knew exactly where the stick was. He knew exactly where he needed to be, and then great play by Aiden Simpson at that time. He's showing some impressive decision-making skills.
Officials are talking. They're going to wave the flag off. There was a flag down, but upon further review, no foul occurred. So it'll be 1st down for West Plains. They pick up their 6th 1st down of the 1st half. Still plenty of time. And if you get the ball down to inside the 15, 10-yard line, Chase is plenty good enough to kick a field goal.
Absolutely.
2 receivers to the right. Alvin I set. Man in motion from the 35-yard line of Bolivar. Simpson, hands and a fumble, and the ball is loose on the deck, and Conyers falls on it for a loss of a yard. And there's our 4th fumble of the 1st half. 3 of them have been recovered.
Kind of a little bit too much separation between the quarterback and the running back that time of Conyers, and the quarterback really had to reach a long ways to get it in the gut of Conyers, and that's never a good thing.
1 minute and 15 seconds to go and counting. From the 36, fake, back to throw it. Looking deep. He throws it deep. Got a guy, and the ball is underthrown and incomplete. Intended receiver downfield was Heston Miller. He had, look at that. Look how many white shirts are down there in his general area.
It was 5-on-1.
I mean, and Aiden underthrew that football. Miller got behind the defense. Had that ball had some more air under it, that might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Miller was open there for a moment. Of course, there's nobody on the field that is fast as him, so we're going to say that a lot this year, and so it's just going to be up to Simpson to be able to get some air under that ball and get it to Miller, because he will be open deep.
56 seconds to go in the 1st half. 3rd down and 11 for West Plains from the 36. Back to throw it. Good pressure on the quarterback, and that's a sack. Back at the 48-yard line. Really good pressure that time. On the defensive play for Bolivar, making the quarterback sack was Cale Berry. And he is a defensive back, and he made the sack, made the play, and a loss on the play. Looks like the 47th, so that'd be a loss of about 11 yards.
Looks like Bolivar's called a timeout. They're going to try to preserve some clock.
So timeout on the field, 49 seconds to go in the half. 4th and 21 for West Plains, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby, I'm Harlan Hutchison, and we're in the late stages of the first half of the season opener here at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. 54 seconds left in the half. West Plains will be forced to punt on 4th down and 21. 54 seconds to go until halftime. Simpson will stand back at his own 38-yard line. Let's see if Bolivar comes after it. Not much of a rush. Kick is away, and it's caught, and a fair catch called for, and nearly forgot and took off running with the football was Gardner Casey, but he stopped abruptly, and so it'll be first down from the 18-yard line of Bolivar.
Bolivar has 48 seconds to work with. You know, they're probably going to try to test us downfield a little bit. We just need to make sure that we're in a prevent-type defense and do not let anybody get behind you.
So it's first down and 10 for the Liberators from their own 18-yard line. They've moved the ball a little bit tonight, mostly on the ground. And let's see, they're going to line up like they usually do. I don't know, they've lined up really differently than this flex bone with a single back and double wings so far tonight. Man in motion, quarterback keeper, hit late, but the pitch is made and a big running lane downfield at the 50, at the 40, at the 30, at the 25, and the tackle made downfield that time for West Plains, and they broke the option play and turned it into a big one, and Heston Miller ran down the ball carrier with 35 seconds to go, which saved a touchdown at the 17-yard line.
Thank goodness. Quarterback, the pitch man that time, took a monster hit just right after he pitched the ball. Unfortunately, we did not have a outside linebacker out there on the pitch man.
65 yards on the run down to the 17-yard line. First down and 10. Clock shows 35 seconds to go in the half. Durham at quarterback will hand to the first man, and he breaks it up the middle, and that is a touchdown. Got by the front line, and I mean, he was gone.
He was gone as soon as he got the ball. There was a monster hole that time, and he saw nothing but end zone.
So how about that? It turns out to be an 82-yard drive in the blink of an eye. In 24 seconds, Bolivar gets in the end zone on Blake Goodman's touchdown run from 17 yards out. And now the extra point try to try and tie it up. And they'll get this thing lined up. Here we go, the extra point try. Snap down, hold good, kick is up, and that's good. So, lightning bolt blast comes back toward the Zizzers as Bolivar breaks a big play and end up punching it in. A two-play drive that covered 82 yards, and it's tied up 7-7, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
Are you in the market for a new home here in southern Missouri? Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending and can help guide you through the process. When you're ready for a loan, find me on Facebook or in the Silver Springs Business Complex, just off Bypass 63 in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
JS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. Headquarter 12140 Woodcrest Executive Drive, Suite 150, St. Louis, Missouri. 63141. Toll free 888-250-6522.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a quote and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
First big play of the football game was a 65-yard run from scrimmage on that first play after Bolivar got the football at their own 18-yard line. That set up the 17-yard touchdown run by Blake Goodman for the Liberators. We're tied 7-7. 30 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if we can make something happen right here. Deep kick is going to bounce and go into the end zone, and West Plains will have 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And so what do you do with that?
In 30 seconds, you have plenty of time to run 2 or 3 plays, depending on where they are. If you do some clock management, obviously Bolivar is going to get the ball first, so it'd behoove us to try to do something before halftime, if possible.
So 1st down and 10 from their own 20. 2 receivers out to the right as Bolivar's defense gets on the field kind of late. 18 on the play clock. Well, they're just going to run and snap it, take a knee, and go in. And that will take care of the first half. If they ever reset the play clock, we'll say that for sure. And there it is. And unless somebody wants to call the timeout, doesn't look to be the case. 1 half will be in the books, and West Plains and Bolivar go in at halftime tied at 7-7. We'll come back with halftime in just a bit. And this is Zizzer Football on Hot Country KDY.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
Wilbanks Tire in West Plains is your stop for any auto or tire repair you may need. Wilbanks Tire has been in business in West Plains since 1978, so they are well established and reliable in the community. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains. Call the guys at Wilbanks Tire for tire specials and for auto and tire repair. 256-9571. 256-9571. Wilbanks Tire, proud supporter of the West Plains Zizzers.
Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment announces their new Patient Hub application. Patients with Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment can download the new Patient Hub app. Patient Hub is a convenient way for you to update your current personal information, upload new insurance information, create resupply orders, and more, all while keeping your information private and secure. Patient Hub is a great way to stay in touch with Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, where they are focused on your health. 1703 8th Street, West Plains.
'Twas a great battle once raged across these lands. The battle of the beverages, they called it. The true blue champion is ice-cold, delicious Pepsi. Look for the coupon on 24-pack. 24-pack. Time once again for another Pepsi Pep Talk. When life gives you lemons, you say, no thanks, but I will take a Pepsi. This has been a Pepsi Pep Talk. Look for the coupon on 16-ounce 12-pack.
Summer is winding down, but you still need to stay on top of your game when it comes to the outdoors. Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center has game cameras. It's time to get pictures of those big bucks. Also, all kinds of great fishing tackle. And don't forget camouflage and hunting boots. You'll find it all at Monty's Outdoors, where your next adventure starts.
Get a great deal on Kubota tractors at Edgelern Harbor Farm Equipment, like the L2501 package. Get a four-wheel drive Kubota L2501 with box blade, Kubota loader, and bush hog, 4.0 down, $306 per month with 2.49 APR for 84 months, now through 9/30/22. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Remember, we are two names you can trust, Edgelern Harper and Kubota, Mountain Grove and West Plains.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubaugh with Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains. As we all know, new vehicles have been very hard to come by lately. But in West Plains, we have truckloads of new vehicles arriving daily. That's right, we have the most inventory here in stock that we've had all year long. Hurry in today before they are all gone.
Find new roads at Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains.
And get great buys from nice guys.
Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet in West Plains.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Back with Mr. Reed Grigsby over here to my right as we kick off the football season tonight. And it's 7-7 at halftime. And not a lot happened in the first half, but boy, inside the last minute, Bolivar came up with the big play. And in a game that's been tight as this one, just a handful of plays can make all the difference in this.
Yeah, and really our defense played very well in that first half, I felt, up until that last drive by Bolivar. So, the mistakes that we've made, we've put the ball on the turf 4 times, we turned it over with an interception once. You take those things away, West Plains played fairly well. They obviously have first game jitters, have a first-year coach, and they're still working out some kinks. But there were moments of brilliance in that first half for West Plains. We just have to figure out how to get it all together.
Some scores from around the area tonight. Well, the first week, you never know what's going to happen. Webb City is trailing Nixa tonight in the first half. That game, I think, is at halftime. Thayer is winning against Lynn 20-0. Ava leading Buffalo 10-7. And that Nixa Webb City score 14-7. That game not quite to halftime yet, but we'll have some other scores as they become available and as we go. And some of the area games that are going on tonight include, along with this ball game, the Ozark Conference this season, and that's always a popular question just before the year starts. Who's going to be good this year? And 2 of the teams I think are probably going to be pretty good this year are Camdenton and Rolla, and they're playing tonight.
Yes.
So that's right out of the gate. Glendale, our opponent next week, is playing at Waynesville this evening. I don't have high hopes for the Tigers. That's going to be a really bad matchup for them, I would imagine, but you never know. Hillcrest is playing at Kickapoo tonight. Lebanon is at Parkview. Some of the other games around the area, Kabul playing at Harrisburg, Salem at St. James. Mentioned the Thayer-Lynn game. Houston is playing a team called Orchard Farm tonight. And mentioned the Ava lead over Buffalo. Fairgrove is trailing Mountain Grove 20-6. Mountain Grove could be one of the better teams around this season. They've got a lot of experienced kids. They are a great example of a football team that took some lumps, played a bunch of freshmen and sophomores a few years ago.
Yeah. And
they look like they're ready to go tonight as they play Fairgrove, who's usually a pretty tough opponent. Stratford is playing at Liberty. Nettleton is playing at Mountain Home. Steve Airy opens with Nettleton tonight. Down by the lake, the Highland Rebels are playing at Walnut Ridge. And Baldenob plays at Melbourne. Those are some of the North Arkansas games. Tomorrow, Willow Springs will play St. Mary's Academy from Kansas. That game will be played at California, Missouri, which that's not very far from Jeff City, if I remember right. So a neutral site, so to speak. Typical looking first game to you?
Yeah, typical looking first game. I mean, there's obviously some jitters. We have a lot of young kids. We have a lot of kids that are playing this year that didn't get a lot of playing time last year. So there's not a lot of varsity game time experience other than cleanup time, over the last couple of years. So a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. But I know that freshman, sophomore, and junior class extremely well because I used to coach the juniors when they were at Mighty Mites, and there is a lot of talent there. They just need to live up to their potential.
We have a little over 8 minutes for the set. We'll add on the 3 they'll put on the scoreboard. So we've got about 11 minutes before the second half starts, and we'll come back. By the way, thanks to everybody that came by the KDY tent outside the gate tonight. We gave away a bunch of T-shirts, and thanks to all the sponsors that helped make that possible. So that's kind of a traditional way we open the season at Zizzer Stadium every year. And thanks to everybody that came by and had themselves something to eat. Thanks to Hawkins Home and Lawn, and we had some cold drinks and T-shirts. Good way to start the year. All right, a timeout here, and we're back with more in just a moment. It's tied at 7 at the half. West Plains and Bolivar on Hot Country KDY.
Hey there, little lady. What would you like?
Hey, you're Captain D.
That's right, darling. Now, what would you like?
I will have whatever you're having.
Hey, it's Captain D. Asking what you want for lunch or dinner. Don't ask your little lady where she wants to go. Just bring her to Captain D's and order some of my made-to-order fish. It's cooked the way you want it and always hot and fresh. For lunch or for dinner, Captain D's is a winner.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think Bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think Bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think Bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think Bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think Bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
If you're buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that'll dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 has an office in every state with a global referral network that greatly expands your reach in the market. Century 21 has been voted the most respectable in the industry. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, 1822 Porter Wagner in West Plains. Don't settle for average.
When it's time for new tires, Don's Auto Service in West Plains needs to be your first stop. Right now, you can get up to $75 back plus an added bonus of up to $75 more when you use the Goodyear credit card. Rebates paid by Goodyear Visa prepaid card on purchases made now through September 30th, 2022. Stop in or give them a call today.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
It's school time once again, and Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains has what your kids need for a great year. Like bunk beds to make sure that your kids are getting the sleep they need, plus they've got student desks in stock to give them a great place to do their homework. If your kids are getting a great night's sleep and have a great place to do homework, you just might not have to Google how to help them quite so much. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949. 24 months, same as cash financing available with approved credit.
Since 1883, West Plains Bank and Trust Company has been a reliable partner to area farmers. Working the land has and always will be key to the success of our area economy. When it's time for new equipment, additional land, or a herd expansion, we can tailor your loan to ensure growth for future generations. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
You already know that State Farm agent Justin Shelby offers great service, but what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, new customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Justin Shelby has surprisingly great rates for everyone in the Ozarks.
Contact me, Justin Shelby, in Houston or West Plains for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why there's a doctor on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to care for unpredictable injuries. Ozarks Healthcare has 4 orthopedic doctors and 2 podiatrists on staff to care for your athletes. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about OZH Podiatry as well as OZH Orthopedics and Spine, visit ozarkshealthcare.com.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Halftime score tied up 7-7. Reed Grigsby, as he is wont to do, got straight to the heart of the matter as we came out of the first half during the first commercial break. And he said, this is not a direct quote, but he said, we've been our own worst enemy tonight, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said before half, there's just several things that we need to clean up. And you clean up those things, we actually look fairly decent. You know, this is obviously a different team than what we've had in the past. It's a different football philosophy than what we've had in the past. But we just need to get down to execution and cleaning up the small things, and do not put the ball on the turf.
Well, it doesn't really matter what your scheme is, what your philosophy is, if you leave the ball on the ground 4 times and throw an interception. You know, now, granted, we didn't lose all those fumbles, lost one of them, but 2 turnovers in the first half, and especially in a game that, as it's turned out, that has, at very least, has made this game a close ball game. And Bolivar, well, you got to give them some credit because they took advantage of it and hit us right in the mouth with that big 65-yard run, which set up a 17-yard touchdown run, and the Liberators took advantage. And in that situation, and there's, about 50 seconds to go in the half, sometimes I think you're kind of lulled into thinking they've got it at their own 18-yard line. Well, they're not going to,
Yeah.
But it turns out, out of that flex bone, it's not necessarily the passing game that can get you. You don't see teams run the option that much anymore.
Right.
But if you've got the people that can run it and you run it right, it can be nearly unstoppable at times. And if they catch you in the wrong defense where you don't have an angle on the ball carrier, it can turn into what it turned into here tonight.
You're absolutely right. The option offense, it doesn't matter what level you run it on, it is extremely hard to defend. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes assignment football. Somebody has to have quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch man, somebody has to watch for the fullback, with a handoff coming right up the gut. So it takes a lot of discipline, and if you don't practice it a lot, then it's very hard to defend against. Thankfully, in the Ozark Conference, we at least have Bolivar, Lebanon to a certain extent, Rolla to a certain extent. There's a few teams that are running an option type offense, and so this first game is good practice for those types of teams that will play down the line.
Okay, both teams are back out, and we're about ready for the second half. Let's take our final timeout, and we'll have the second half kickoff coming up. Who's going to win this? It's tied at 7 at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium, and we're back with the second half next on KDY.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
Bailey Chevy GMC, home of the Bailey Factor.
John Bailey again from Bailey Chevy GMC in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Supporting our local schools is just part of the Bailey Factor. You'll hear us cheering our local high school teams on the air and even on the sidelines. Come check out our great selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time. Summer is winding down, but you still need to stay on top of your game when it comes to the outdoors. Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center has game cameras. It's time to get pictures of those big bucks. Also, all kinds of great fishing tackle. And don't forget, camouflage and hunting boots. You'll find it all at Monty's Outdoors, where your next adventure starts.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why there's a doctor on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to care for unpredictable injuries. Ozarks Healthcare has 4 orthopedic doctors and 2 podiatrists on staff to care for your athletes. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about OZH Podiatry as well as OZH Orthopedics and Spine, visit ozarkshealthcare.com.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage. When deciding on what company to do business with for financing your property, I chose USA Mortgage because we have customizable loan products and programs to fit each individual's needs. Find me in the Silver Springs Business Complex off Bypass 63 in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
JS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. Headquartered 12140 Woodcrest Executive Drive, 2150 St. Louis, Missouri. 63141. Toll free 888-250-6522.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
All right, we're ready to go. Tied at 7. It'll be West Plains kicking the ball away, and they'll kick it south to north here, and the Liberators will line up with a deep man inside his 10-yard line. And the deep man is Gardner Casey. Here's the approach by Larson in his kick, a really good kick, high kick down at the 10-yard line. And here comes the return up to the 25. A hit is made, tackle made 27. And a lot of activity after the play right there. But no flags will be attached. First down and 10 now for Bolivar from the 27-yard line.
Refs are certainly letting them play. And that's fine with me. Let's not have these interruptions, but I really hope they'd clean it up a little bit.
Well, after what we saw in the first half, and this is just me spitballing here, but I would sure expect to see the option play more, wouldn't you?
Yes, I'd say you're right.
First down and 10. First and 10 for Bolivar. 27-yard line. Quarterback fumbled, and West Plains has the football. How about that? That's a great way to start the second half. And getting on the football there was Isaiah Jones on the recovery.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we needed. Some of that stuff that was happening to us in the first half, it's time that it happens to Bolivar a little bit, but that puts us in phenomenal field position. First and 10 at the 25.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better result on that first play defensively than to get a turnover. And that puts a little bit of spring in the red shirt step right there, and it'll be great field position at the 25-yard line. Now let's see what we do with that. I formation, toss play running left. Miller tries to get to the corner, gets a really good block on the edge, driven out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Jesse Hudson. And now a flag comes down, just now hitting the ground. So let's see what this is about.
There's a little hanky-panky. One of the Bolivar players was giving one of our guys the business back behind the line of scrimmage.
What's the deal with that? We've seen quite a bit of that already tonight. Yeah. Usually that occurs kind of as the game progresses and grudges build and stuff like that. But, man, we've seen that since the opening kickoff tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Well, it's either going to be Well, it's going to be at least a gain of 3, I would think, and maybe some more tacked on to it for West Plains here.
That was a beautiful block by Jesse Hudson that time, and they're going to call it on West Plains. I'm not sure what the call is.
I think they're going to call Jesse Hudson for a block in the back there.
That definitely was not a block in the back. And I mean, if he got called for anything, it was for blocking too hard.
And sometimes I think that's what the call actually is. All right, show us. Tell us.
It was of the 15-yard variety, and so it's a personal foul, so I don't know if they got him for contact with a defenseless player, or I'm not quite sure what the signal was. If anybody knows out there, let me know.
Well, that call in hockey is boarding, and I don't think it was boarding. But it's a big penalty. Dadgum. Back to the 40-yard line. First down and 10. Got to get now down to the 16 for a first down. Snap, handoff. Nope. They're going to blow it dead before it even got started. And that's going to be on West Plains. So let's back it up some more. Well, that little momentum we got from the turnover has kind of gone the other direction now.
Yeah, once again, being our own worst enemy, and that puts us at 1st and 30, I believe. So we got a lot of work to do here on this drive.
Wide receiver will split out wide to the right side, Briggs Houston. Hudson is out left. He's in motion. We'll circle around now to the backfield. Hand the ball to him, running to the right, picks up a block, takes on the tacklers. He'll be driving the ball forward across the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 7 on the play for Jesse Hudson, who may be, I don't know, but he is certainly one of the more physical players the Zizzers have.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of an old-school football player. He loves contact. He loves the sport. And he's not afraid to get behind his pads and get downfield.
So it'll bring up now, second down and 23. 2 receivers will go left. It looks like Hafer in the slot to the left. Out of the eye set. And now quick throw out to the side. Caught by Hudson across the 30 and tackled down around the 28-yard line. So the Zizzers go to Jesse Hudson on back-to-back plays there. They pick up 10 more. And so things are a little more workable than they were. And it'll bring up now a 3rd down and still long. But looks like about 12 yards to go for the first down.
Almost back to the original line of scrimmage, so we're trying to dig out of a hole here.
And obviously you're in 4-down territory at this point, so you don't have to get it all here, but as much as you can. 2 receivers left, staggered eye to the right, out of the spread, fake the pass, pump fake, down the left side, receiver open, and through his hands and incomplete. Boy, that was 6 points, but the ball was through the hands of Briggs Houston, maybe a little bit behind him, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice looking ball. And Briggs Houston, I know him so well. Great athlete. He's wishing he had that back right now, but great opportunity for poise like that, and I promise you throw that again to Briggs Houston, he's going to catch it.
And we got a player down for Bolivar in the end zone, so we'll have a timeout on the field. Meanwhile, it'll be 4th down and 12 for West Plains when we come back. And our score tied at 7. And we're back in 30 seconds on KDY.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we had it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a quote and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Braden Spiegel, the injured player, but the situation seems to be a cramp. So he's helped off the playing field, and we'll get back to it here in a little bit. But say it's just a cramp. It just feels like the end of the world, though, when you got one.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're out on the field, your muscles are tired, and it's hot out there. There's a lot of heat that comes off of turf as well. And man, if your hamstring balls up, there's not much that's worse.
I like when I get a cramp in bed in the middle of the night and I start to weep and I get up and start walking around. I like to think that's athletically related, but it's probably not.
Yeah.
Here we go. 4th down and 12. Let's see what Bolivar does here on coverage. They're going to fall back in the zone. Rolling out to throw. Simpson throws it underneath. That ball's incomplete. That had no chance of doing anything as he tried to get the ball over to Lucas Conyers. But it was underthrown incomplete. Bolivar takes over 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Turnover on downs, and once again, that was completely our fault. Two timely penalties, and put us first and very, very long, and it's really hard to dig out of that hole.
Well, the defense came up with a takeaway right out of the gate here in the second half. Let's see if they can get another one here. That would be good. But when we get it, we need to do something with it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Liberators. 2 minutes played in the second half. Motion man, Jordan, tossed to him, running left, gets to the corner, driven back, and hemmed in. And he'll dive forward and get across the 25 to around the 27-yard line. So he made something out of it. Looked like it'd be a loss of 5. Turns out to be a gain of maybe 1.
Good pursuit that time by Jesse Hudson. He was kind of the first man on the scene there and caused the running back try to turn it back inside and allow the rest of the defense to come and clean up.
And we've got a holding penalty against Bolivar here.
And we'll take it.
We will take that. So it turns out to be a loss of 10 from the point of the foul. And that'll move it inside the 15-yard line. Down at the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10, but you can't relax because down in here is where they broke that big run on the option. Motion man, quarterback rolls to throw to the flat behind the receiver, incomplete. Ball was intended for Trenton Patke, junior running back, and they just floated him out to the flat. But that ball was behind him, and he didn't have much of a chance to catch that.
Yeah, not much of a chance at all. Good pressure that time by West Plains, and it's Bolivar is not known to throw it much, so it's pretty shocking to see.
Now, 2nd down. Quarterback will hand it right up the middle, and it won't go very far to the 14-yard line, gain of 2 on the play, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and long situation for the Bolivar Liberators. As the clock continues to move, that is going to be back near the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be essentially 3rd down and 10. Well, actually a little longer than that with the penalty. Back to throw it. Quarterback Durham looks. He's going to throw it deep down the left sideline, way high, and that ball is almost intercepted back at the 38-yard line of Bolivar, and that will force a punt situation now. And West Plains had pretty good coverage down the field that time.
Pretty decent coverage down the field, and that was a very good defensive stand that time by the West Plains Zizzers. We need to get the ball back. We need to keep our heads about us and stop making the silly mistakes and see if we can get some points on the board, Harlan.
Be a good place for a block punt here if they're so inclined, but West Plains will probably set up the return. Kinslow stands back at his 40 at their 46. Kick is away. And the good kick. Kinslow takes it on the run, 45, 50-yard line, breaks tackle, 45, and he'll be hit out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and a flag comes in at the very end of the play in a spot which looks like it'll probably be on West Plains.
I didn't see the call, and I didn't see it happen, so coaches aren't real happy with the call, so I'm going to assume that's on us. Yeah.
Illegal use of hands, so it believe they're going to mark that off from the end of the play. And so they'll mark that back to the 49-yard line, or close to it, of West Plains.
Which almost, it was a pretty decent return that time by Ryland Kinslow.
Again, he caught the ball, which made a big difference on the play.
He's quite an athlete. Great baseball player. He didn't play football for a couple years, so I'm glad to see him back out.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line, West Plains own 49. They'll hand it off running to the left, turn it up 50-yard line, 45-yard line, and down to the 43. Really good run. Lucas Conyers on the carry that time. We saw a little bit of quickness that time, turning it upfield. Gain of 8. Joel said that Lucas would get some opportunities tonight. He keeps doing that. He's going to get more opportunities for sure. It's at the 43 of Bolivar, 2nd down and 2. This time they'll split Ryland Kinslow to the left. Now running play right up the middle. There's a hole, 40-yard line, 35-yard line where the tackle is made. And that'll be a 1st down. Again, Lucas Conyers showing a blast of speed there as he picks up 8 more yards.
Yeah, he's having a whale of the game. He's starting to get some touches here in this series, and he's making the most out of his opportunities. Kind of a fun little runner to watch. Slashes through the holes like he's done it before.
And he's going to get some more chances to do it again if he keeps that up. He's carried for 8 yards on the last 2 plays. 16 combined out of the spread set. 1st down for West Plains. 35 of Bolivar. Simpson will keep it. Draw play up the middle. 35-30. 25-yard line and down to the 24. And Aiden Simpson, again, he's shown some toughness running the football. He picks up 11. That's another 1st down.
Yeah, nice run by Simpson that time, and that was, that's what we needed that position to do. And it's really hard to defend multiple ball runners, especially if your quarterback's able to run.
Last 3 plays, 8, 8, and 11, which tells you that the offensive line is getting off the ball better. Whistle blown, and officials timeout. Bolivar will use this opportunity to sub. And Lucas Conyers comes out of the ball game.
I believe he has some blood on his arm, maybe. The official's causing him to come out and put on a sleeve.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 again from the 25-yard line, running left, a little hole, 1st down, run across the 20 near the 18-yard line, and that's another good carry, and it's not a 1st down, but a nice run by Wilson, who picked up, it looks like, 8 yards on the carry, and again, another nice run from scrimmage for West Plains, and the offensive line is evidently getting a push. Remy Wilson on the carry that time.
Sophomore gets some playing time, getting some opportunities.
So, 2nd down and short. Spread set. Fake it. Simpson right up the middle will burrow forward and get to the 16-yard line. Not quite a 1st down, or at least that's what it would appear. It'll be 3rd down and short.
3rd and about a yard, it looks like here, Harlan.
We've played 2.5 quarters, and suddenly West Plains breaks off 3 yards or 3 carries for a total of 28 yards, and Simpson with a little run there. Bolivar's defense got to be wondering what's happened here. We didn't see this in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard. Fullback is an up back. Simpson will hand off, and a hit made in the backfield. That's going to be very close. I don't know that he got the 1st down.
I believe he's going to be about half a yard short, depending on the spot.
Lucas Conyers on the carry. Now, he may have even lost about a half a yard.
He might have.
It's not a first down. That's actually a little bit of a loss back to the 17-yard line. So, now what?
Well, we have to get this first down. This is the play of the game thus far right here, because we have a little bit of momentum, and you certainly don't want to kill yourself by not being able to convert here.
The lineup in the spread, Dawson Howell, the fullback, is up on the left wing, man in motion, snap count, and the quarterback will keep it and follow his blocking. Gets a first down, 10-yard line, 5-yard line, tackle made, and a first down for West Plains on a gain of 12 by quarterback Aiden Simpson.
Nice blocking that time. I think I saw Jesse Hudson out there and Dawson Howell out there made some nice blocks, but that was a good run by Simpson.
Aiden Simpson, last year Dagan Kinslow just did so much and could do so much. Aiden is not that kind of quarterback, but he still can move the football with his feet and certainly can throw it. From the 5, first and goal, we need a score here and get the lead back. Here's the snap, rollout. Simpson slips. Oh, he didn't slip the tackle. Tackle made back at the 6-yard line. Really good defensive play that time for Bolivar. I believe one of the linebackers came up on that play and made the stop. Tackle made by Mason McCurry. Really good one-on-one tackle there. 4:20 and counting, third quarter. Aiden Simpson comes to the sideline. Joel Wyatt gives him the play. And the officials will stop play. And again, we got somebody with, it's Lucas Conyers again. That he's got more blood on him, I guess. And so with that, West Plains will sub out, and they'll put Remy Wilson back in the ball game, 5'6", 145-pound sophomore. And he is lined up deep in the formation. He'll have the fullback in front of him, though. Let's see what happens here. From the 6 on second down. Draw play, and he'll be hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Not much available there.
Not much available there. They had the blitz on. That would have been a really good time to throw a little dump pass to Watson Hafer over the top. However, I haven't seen Watson on the field.
Braden Spiegel with the stop that time. I see Watson on the sideline, and he seems to be a little gimpy right now. Timeout on the field with 3:43 to go in the third quarter, with the score tied at 7, and we're back in 30 seconds on KDY.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
A bad sign, Watson Hafer on the bench, nursing an injury of some sort. And so not having him out there sure takes away a big option for you.
It really, really does, but it's, you can't just quit playing, so one of these other players is going to have to step up. So, yeah, I absolutely huge loss having him on the sideline, but, some of these other kids are going to have to rise to the occasion.
Joel Wyatt on the field talking to his offense as we decide what's going to happen here. Well, if you're Bolivar's defense, first of all, you're looking to see where Heston Miller is. But the guy that they better be paying attention to is going to be split out wide to the right, Jesse Hudson. Let's see what happens now. West Plains has third down goal from the 6 of Bolivar. Handed off, and a tackle in the backfield as they tried to run a sweep around the left side, and Heston Miller tripped up, and there will be a loss on the play of about 5 yards back to the 11. that play takes some time to develop, and Bolivar is getting penetration, which totally slows the play down, and in this particular case, blew the play up.
Yeah, they're absolutely bringing the house on every play. They're blitzing both of their linebackers on all the running plays, which leaves the middle wide open.
So now, 4th and 11. Timeout called by West Plains. So we'll take another timeout. 2:57 to go in the third. It's West Plains 7, Bolivar 7. Back in a minute on KDY.
Wilbanks Tire in West Plains is your stop for any auto or tire repair you may need. Wilbanks Tire has been in business in West Plains since 1978, so they are well established and reliable in the community. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains. Call the guys at Wilbanks Tire for tire specials and for auto and tire repair. 256-9571. 256-9571. Wilbanks Tire, proud supporter of the West Plains Zizzers.
Current Incorporated continues to grow their services to better serve the area. They still do the electrical and HVAC work they are known for, but now they offer IT support and computer repair, security systems, duct cleaning, and even repair commercial equipment, including restaurant equipment. Whether you are home or at work, call Current Incorporated.
Real fast service right to your door. Call 257-0504. 257-0504.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
4th down and goal from the Bolivar 11-yard line. West Plains doesn't have enough players on. Now they do, and now the snap. Back to throw it. Simpson to the end zone underneath, and that ball is caught, but it's going to be short of the goal line, and the stop made at the 3. So Bolivar's defense holds, and they get the ball back. 1st and 10 from their own 3-yard line. They went over the middle that time, Reed, but you got to get where you need to get on a play like that.
That was a good throw and catch. Briggs Houston had it. He had a chance in there, but good defense by Bolivar. They are deep in their own territory, so sometimes this is a good opportunity for your defense to shine.
A good spot for another takeaway here, or at the very least, hold them and force them to punt the football back. Right now, the field position is heavily in favor of West Plains, but you got to do something with it. And here come Bolivar on 1st down and 10 from their own 3-yard line. Let's see what West Plains does. They show a blitz. They do. They run the ball to the right, and a gain of 1, and that is it. Nice job converging that time. West Plains brought the blitz, and there wasn't much running room that time for their fine running back, Goodman. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 4. Double wing out of the flex bone. Motion man to the right, running play. They'll toss it late on the option to the sideline, and it'll get to the sideline and out of bounds. It's going to be very close to a 1st down at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, we were really close to stopping that. Jesse Hudson had sniffed out that play, and we were a shirt-tail tackle away from having a huge loss on that play and really putting Bolivar up against the end zone.
Goodman, though, picks up 11 yards, and it's a 1st down for the Liberators, who haven't had any field position this half. Man in motion. They'll hand it off first man, and he is going to be dropped, immediately on that play.
I believe that was Lance Norton, the junior. Got his nose in there and made a nice tackle.
And there will be a loss of 2 yards on the play, as it turns out. It'll be 2nd down and 12. 2nd and 12. Here's the snap. First guy up the middle, Goodman. He'll pick up 2 yards, maybe 3. Up just shy of the 15-yard line. And so it's 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 9. You just want to make sure that you're able to stop this shy of the 1st down marker and get the ball back. We're down to 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Force a change of possession here. Here we go. Back to throw it. Durham flushed out. Lots of pressure. That's got to be an intentional grounding.
He didn't even make it back to the...
That was in the end zone. That should have been a safety.
There we go. That's a safety.
And it is a safety. Intentional grounding in the end zone as the quarterback just threw it away, but he was easily inside the goal line, threw it out to the right flat. Nobody from Bolivar's there, and that's a safety. Good job defense.
Absolutely. That was a good defensive series right there for West Plains. Seemed like we played with a little bit more urgency. I think we're starting to gel a little bit. Multiple players getting in on plays, and to hold Bolivar to a safety on that is huge. That gives us 2 points and the ball. And then when you score a safety against a team, it is just demoralizing. And so that it has a psychological effect as well.
So that happens with 53 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And West Plains will get the football back.
Well, Harlan, we haven't talked about it yet, but one of my very favorite radio commentators of all time passed away this week, Lenny Dawson for the Kansas City Chiefs. I have thoroughly enjoyed listening to him over the years. One of my all-time faves for sure.
Mitch Holtis and Lynn Dawson together were really good.
Absolutely.
And I had the chance to meet Mitch Holtis here a month or so ago at Arrowhead Stadium. They had a little seminar there, and
nice.
Gary Lee and I got to go. And after Mitch Holtis talked, he was leaving, and we were in the same area where he was walking out, and he stopped and went out of his way to come up and say hi to us. And we took some photos, and we stood there and talked about football for about 20 minutes. And we weren't even talking about Chiefs football. We were talking about college football. And if you don't already know this, Mitch Holtis, as great as he is doing football, he may be as good doing college basketball. And he said, I love doing college basketball, maybe as much or more than anything.
Huh.
All right, so Bolivar has to kick from their own 20. Line drive, caught at the 27. And they'll fake the reverse and run left, and tackle made out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So good field position for West Plains to start this drive. Up now 9-7 with 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Being up 9-7 with this much time left in the third quarter going into the fourth quarter, if you can score a touchdown here, score an extra point, that puts you up essentially 2 scores, That's huge against a team like Bolivar.
And West Plains has had the by far the best field position here in the third quarter. And at the very, very least, if you have to give the ball back to them, you want to be able to punt the ball and put them back in their own end. First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Simpson is under center out of the straight I formation. And here's Miller, big running room, 45-50, out of bounds near the 45-yard line of Bolivar. And that, my friends, is a gain of 13 and a first down. Lined up under center, went out of the I, and 13 yards.
Yeah, and Miller can do it so fast, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the game. He was able to turn the corner. Once he does that, great pursuit by Bolivar, but even when you have great pursuit against speed like Miller, he can gain 5, 10, 15 yards in a whim.
And the difference there is when you run out of that I formation, he has that big fullback in front of him, so he can work off of him, and that really led to a big hole and a big gain. First down and 10 from the 45 of Bolivar. And the handoff running left, and that's going up at the 40, 35, 30. That may go down the left sideline, and a touchdown for West Plains.
Jesse Hudson.
I was trying to decide if it was 22 or 23. Jesse Hudson broke it, and he was gone for the score. Boy, that's a big score for West Plains.
That is a huge score, especially as we're not even through with the third quarter here. So huge score by West Plains, and that'll put a little bit of space between us and Bolivar, and now Bolivar is definitely on their back foot.
That will kind of take the air out of your balloon, too, if you can do what West Plains just did, and now they'll go for the conversion. Chase Larson will be the kicker, and we'll try and stretch this out to a 9-point lead, which makes it a 2-score game. So this is a really big kick. Snap down, hold good. The kick is up, and it is good. Big kick for Chase Larson there as West Plains scores on a 45-yard touchdown run by he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Jesse Hudson puts the Zizzers on top by 9, 16-7, 31 seconds left in the third, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
'Twas a great battle once raged across these lands. The Battle of the Beverages, they called it. The true blue champion is ice cold, delicious Pepsi. Look for the coupon on 24-pack. 24-pack. Time once again for another Pepsi Pep Talk. When life gives you lemons, you say no thanks, but I will take a Pepsi. This has been a Pepsi Pep Talk. Look for the coupon on 16-ounce 12-pack.
Has your doctor prescribed CPAP therapy? If so, we can help you learn the proper way to use it for the most results. Sleep apnea can cause other health problems if gone without treatment, such as hypertension, stress, and depression. We are focused on your health and will make sure your equipment is clean and operating properly. See us at Ozarks Healthcare Equipment, your trusted provider of home medical equipment for over 35 years.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Screen being up here.
Here's the kickoff by Larson for West Plains, and that ball will angle and go out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So I guess Bolivar would have the option if they wanted to kick it again, but it looks like they'll take it. First down and 10 with only 31 seconds to go. And we got a player down on his knees for Bolivar.
Chase Larson's also a great soccer player. I'll be watching him tomorrow in the Lebanon tournament. Zizzer boys are up there tonight. They had a big win 2-0 over Sullivan, so they will move on in the Lebanon tournament tomorrow.
The Zizzer soccer program had some really good young kids over the last couple of years, and the program really taken shape very well. They're a very competitive bunch.
I tell everyone I see, if you want to really be entertained, you need to come out to Zizzer Stadium and watch a home soccer meet.
Sure.
Soccer match, because they are a lot of fun.
Injured player was Trenton Patke for Bolivar. And we've seen a few cases of players cramping up a little bit here in the heat. It was hot as this game got started. And I'm sure it's pretty warm for those kids wearing pads out there. 31 seconds to go. And after the kick went out of bounds, Bolivar takes it at the 35-yard line. 16-7, West Plains. Option play left, and that is tossed way deep to the backfield, and the running back run out of bounds. And there'll be a loss of 4 yards or so on the play, and that was the quarterback's fault.
That was here you take it kind of pitch.
Well, when you run the option, you got to stay close to the line of scrimmage to make the defense honor whatever you're going to do. He floated about 4 yards deep in the backfield, then tossed it, and that was a recipe for a loss of 3. Second down and 13. Now back to throw it. Durham looks right, throws underneath. Good throw, good catch, knocked out of bounds on the near sideline. Good defensive play that time. Good coverage for West Plains. Coming up to make the play was Lance Norton, a 6'3", 190-pound junior linebacker. That should be the end of, well, no, he went out of bounds, so we'll have at least one more play. 37-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. Double wing set, motion man left, toss play running to the left. Can they get to the edge? Good job turning the play in. Tackled by Mahan, I believe, from behind on the far side of the field.
That was a great pursuit by Garrett Mahan that time, able to tackle him from behind.
Garrett Mahan with a really good play there, and that's the end of the quarter, and West Plains up by 9 going to the fourth with a score of West Plains 16 and Bolivar 7 on KDY.
Get a great deal on Kubota tractors at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment, like the 3302 package. Get a 4-wheel drive 33 horsepower Kubota with box blade Kubota loader and Land Pride bush hog for 0 down, $341 per month with 2.49 APR for 84 months, now through 9/30/22. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Hi, this is John Edgeler. Remember, we are 2 names you can trust, Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, West Plains and Mountain Grove.
Hey there, little lady. What would you like?
Hey, you're Captain D.
That's right, darling. Now, what would you like?
I will have whatever you're having.
Hey, it's Captain D. Asking what you want for lunch or dinner. Don't ask your little lady where she wants to go. Just bring her to Captain D's and order some of my made-to-order fish. It's cooked the way you want it and always hot and fresh. For lunch or for dinner, Captain D's is a winner.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Nursing.
Well, we come back, and it'll be Bolivar lined up in punt formation. Rylan Kinslow is standing there at his own 28-yard line. The snap, big rush, ball just got away. High-hanging kick will bounce at the 32 of West Plains, bounces back and out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Good starting field position for West Plains this time. Good decision by Rylan Kinslow to just let that one go. And let's see if we can put some more points on the board, Harlan.
I would really love at this point, with still 11:53 to go and up by 9, see if West Plains goes back more to that kind of staggered I formation, because that's where the holes were opening with the lead blocking up front from your fullback. And when he's been given a chance to do that, Dawson Howell has really done a good. He's 6'3" and 240, so he can move people around, and that's a good guy to follow. But we're going to line up in the spread. 3 wide, single back and a wingman, and the handoff, no, fake it right up the middle. Aiden Simpson busts it up to the 43-yard line. That's going to be close, but not quite a first down.
We talk about an impact player like Heston Miller. Heston Miller made that play happen because they are so worried about him.
Boy, they were, weren't they?
Yeah, they floated when they bit on that fake, and it absolutely opened up a hole that you and I could have ran through for Aiden Simpson. A good run by Aiden Simpson.
The ripples in the pond were all going one direction there, and they're going the direction Heston Miller was going. This time Hudson will be the wide guy out to the left. They'll line up this time in the power I, or in the I formation. Here's the snap. Toss play left. Miller one-on-one, bounces wide, 45, 50-yard line. Still on his feet, 45, cuts it back across, still moving, and finally driven down across the way at the 44-yard line. And that's a nice run and a gain of, 10 yards, 11 yards, 13-yard gain and a first down.
Nice run by Heston Miller that time, and that was one of those runs you give him the ball and just say, hey, make something happen. He made 2 or 3 people miss. Decided he wasn't going to go down or go out of bounds, and was able to pick up an extra couple yards pretty cheaply there at the end.
But a good play, and that establishes the field position now on the Bolivar side of the 50-yard line at their 44-yard line. And now we'd like to see that clock keep moving. Again, the I formation. Fake it to the tailback. Back to throw. Simpson tucks it back, keeps it, tackle, loss of a yard, maybe 2, back near the 45.
Good decision. They had great coverage downfield, and there's really not a whole lot that Aiden Simpson could have done except for pull the ball down and try to make something happen, and he almost got back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll have a second and about 11.
Clock running again down to the 10:20 mark. Coach Joel Wyatt just wants to get this one in the win column and go to work. and get ready for Glendale. Spread set. And a whistle will stop things, and we'll have a timeout on the field called by West Plains. 10 minutes to play. Right on it. And it's 16-7. West Plains on top. And we're back in 1 minute on KDY.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
You already know that State Farm agent Justin Shelby offers great service, but what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, new customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Justin Shelby has surprisingly great rates for everyone in the Ozarks.
Contact me, Justin Shelby, in Houston or West Plains for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Second down 11, and a pass play over the middle. That ball was it caught? It was caught.
It was,
I couldn't see who made the catch there. Who was that? It was Watson Hafer, I guess.
I believe that was an interception.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was a tip drill interception, but there was definitely a scrum for the ball there for a little while, and Bolivar's sideline didn't seem.
That's what I was going
excited.
on. I thought he must have caught it because Bolivar's kids on the far side didn't react at all.
No, so it was kind of a bad break for Aiden Simpson there. It was in and out of the receiver's hands, and classic tip drill, and went right to a Bolivar defender that was out of position.
So the second interception thrown by West Plains tonight is a turnover, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Bolivar from their own 30-yard line. Running play right, missed tackle to the sideline, and driven finally out of bounds on the far side by Quincy Doolittle, and that will be a decent pickup on the play. West Plains had a chance to stop that at the line of scrimmage, but couldn't wrap him up. That was Goodman on the carry. Gain on the play is 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. 9:45 to go. This game ain't over yet. Your defense has got to come up with some plays here. Get the ball back. Durham at quarterback, comes up under center. Motion man to the left, and they'll hand it to the up back, and he'll pick up yardage to the 41. That's enough for a 1st down and gain of 3.
This is a big defensive series for the West Plains Zizzers right here. You cannot let a team like Bolivar back into the game because they have shown they can get yardage when they want to. They can score when they want to. And they're dangerous enough that if they get the ball and go on one of these long 8-minute drives towards the end of the game, you can be in trouble.
1st down and 10 from their own 41-yard line for Bolivar. Man in motion to the right. Hand off to the up back again, and he'll pick up a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. They're down by 9. We're in the 4th quarter with 9 minutes to go and counting. If they want to run that up back play, just more power to you, because that's usually not going to pick up much. But I'm afraid what they're setting up is that option play again. 2nd down, 8. Back to throw it. Durham, he's going to chuck it down the right sideline. Man is open. He makes the catch, and out of bounds. No, it's going to be incomplete. Boy, I thought he had it down at the 34-yard line, but
that was a very good switch of body position by the receiver out there. It was kind of a back shoulder throw, and he was able to come back and get the ball. Great catch, but unfortunately for Bolivar, it was about half a yard out of bounds.
I think the ball was maybe underthrown just a little bit, which allowed the receiver to get some separation from the defender, but incomplete. And now it's 3rd down and 7. Durham under center, back to throw it. Pressure from the backside. Throw over the top is thrown, and incomplete in the general vicinity of one of the Liberator receivers at the 45-yard line. That time, West Plains brought everybody, it looked like.
They did, and it looked like Bolivar was trying to set up a screen, and something didn't quite work because the defensive linemen were able to get through without much resistance at all. But it looked like our linebackers stayed home and made sure that screen didn't develop.
Their passing game has only picked up 19 yards tonight. So the one big play on the option has been their offense, pretty much. High snap on the punt, and contact in the backfield. That's going to be a roughing the kicker call. And the ball is going to be dead at the 49-yard line. West Plains was coming to block. And Joel Wyatt says, hey, we deflected the punt. But was that bad kick caused by a deflection or because the kicker got railroaded?
They're going to have a little discussion out on about the 50-yard line about it. The fact that they're talking about it, it's a good sign.
Somebody talked somebody out of something here. Personal foul, roughing the kicker against West Plains. So that'll be marked off from the line of scrimmage. They had 4th and 7. And now it'll be a first down. So we'll have to go back to the line of scrimmage, which was about the 44-yard line. And that'll take it down to the 41 of West Plains.
Yeah, they really let Bolivar out of that one.
Boy, you almost had a chance to put the game away if you just got the ball back there.
Yeah, and if you could take that back, if you're going to rough the punter, you better make darn sure you get the ball.
And evidently that wasn't the case. At least according to the people in charge. Here we go again. 1st and 10. Bolivar hanging around from the 41. Handoff tailback. He'll get a half a yard before he is dropped there. And Foster on the tackle. 2nd down essentially. Still 10 yards to go. We're down to 8:13 to go in the ball game. Play clock runs down to the 22nd mark. Now under 8 minutes to play. 16-7 West Plains. Bolivar football from the West Plains 41. Man in motion. They run the option to the short side of the field. A missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. Tackle from behind is finally made on the play by... I'm not real sure. They say upstairs here it was Logan Seitz. And that would appear to be the case. So a gain up to the 35-yard line. And now a gain of 6 on that one. It really it would appear to me that if they're going to break a big play, it's going to have to be on a play like that because their passing game has just not been able to generate much of anything. Clock starts again, and here we go. 3rd down and 5 from the West Plains 35-yard line. They'll run a power play over the right side and get it down to a first down to the 30-yard line. Some very determined running that time by Patke, the ball carrier, Trenton Patke. And that will be a first down. He needed 5. I think he got 6. So they line up quickly with 7 minutes to go. From the West Plains 30-yard line. Roll out. Quarterback sacked from behind as they were going to run. It looked like the option play. But again, Quincy Doolittle, he's been around the football a lot tonight at linebacker.
5'10", 184-pound senior, and he has really had the last couple of seasons. We've called his name a lot. He seems to be in on a lot of plays, and certainly is one of those guys that's fun to watch.
Well, the clock is stopped again. It would be a water break, I believe, this time. 6:47 to go in the 4th with a score of 16-7. West Plains over Bolivar. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Engineer back in the studio is Nate Hudson, Jim Lambert, picking up odd bits of information on the far side. And I'll just answer and say, kind of got the same thing over on this side a little bit. Now, 2nd and 12. For Bolivar from the 33-yard line. Rollout pass, a lot of pressure. The pass up ahead is incomplete. And in that particular situation, Drake Durham, the quarterback for Bolivar, was just running for his life.
It was. We had a lot of penetration that time by about 3 different defensive linemen, so they didn't let that play develop at all. I'm not quite sure who he's even throwing it to.
The pin was pulled, and he had to get rid of it. 16-7 the score, 3-12, 3rd down and 12. With 6:43 to go. And again, if you can get a stop here and get the ball back, you can put the game away. But you got to get a stop. Now, here's the snap and the rollout. Durham throws it back across, and the catch made, but the tackle is also made quickly. And again, there's 18 making another nice stop after a gain on the play of maybe a yard. Really good defense again that time by Logan Seitz.
Logan Seitz has had a nice game tonight. He certainly has made some great contact.
Now it's 4th down. And now we have another timeout. 6:14 to play. Next week we're at Glendale, but tonight we're at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. Timeout Bolivar. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
If you're buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that'll dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 has an office in every state with a global referral network that greatly expands your reach in the market. Century 21 has been voted the most respectable in the industry. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, 1822 Porter Wagner in West Plains. Don't settle for average.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Well, a W is a W, and if West Plains can get a stop here, get the ball back, they are in great shape, leading by 9. They lead by 2 scores. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion won't do it. 16-7. And look for immense pressure to be applied by West Plains here. Here we go. Man in motion. Here comes the blitz from the backside. Durham runs for his life, and he eludes one defender. And the pass downfield is incomplete or intercepted one. It looks like it was intercepted. Intercepted by West Plains at the 25-yard line.
Even worse, it was intercepted. Intercepted it and lost 10 yards. But I'm glad we have the ball back.
I'm not sure who made the pick. May have been Jesse Hudson.
I believe it was Jesse Hudson, and the coaches are saying, hey, when it's 4th down, you need to just let the ball hit the ground.
That's not your
instinct.
That's not your instinct. That's exactly right.
Right.
All right, so 1st down for West Plains. 6:06 to go, leading 16-7. The lineup and the spread set. Hudson in the backfield now with Miller, and he'll take the handoff. And he'll run up the middle and break a tackle at the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, 37-yard line before the tackle is made. Gain of 12 and a 1st down for West Plains. Jesse Hudson is not doing anything to dissuade the coaching staff from calling his number running the football.
Absolutely not. He's having a breakout game for Jesse Hudson, and I'm loving every minute of it.
1st down, 10 yards to go. And West Plains taking their sweet time. I have 64 yards rushing for Jesse Hudson tonight, and he has not touched it very often. He splits out wide to the right this time. Fake handoff, and Aiden Simpson spins and just goes down at the 34. Be a loss of 3 on the play. He was running. They faked to the running back, and Aiden looked up, and there was nowhere to go. So it's 2nd down and long. But right now you're playing the clock, which is down to 5 minutes to play. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Out of a straight eye formation. Fake, back to throw, deep, down the middle, wide open, catch, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And we're going to have a penalty on West Plains, I think, for an illegal man downfield.
Yeah, I didn't see that. The player they were pointing at was only about 3 yards downfield. Usually there's a little bit of a buffer there, so maybe if some of you folks saw it on the live stream, let us know.
Well, that will wipe out a 66-yard touchdown pass to Briggs Houston.
That was a nice play. Good throw, great catch. You know, I really thought that was going to be the dagger that really put the hammer down, but
that's an awful break because
Briggs
was a good 5 yards behind the defense, running a post pattern down the middle of the field, and Aiden Simpson could not have run down the field and handed it to him better than where that ball was put on the pass. But nope, the illegal man down the field is going to be the call, and that'll back it up to the 29-yard line. We've had some penalties tonight. That's 7. Toss play running right. And here is Miller. Gets to the sideline, picked up his block, and now goes backward in his tackle at the 36-yard line. So they got back close to the original line of scrimmage, and that's a gain of 7.
But even better, he stayed in bounds. That clock is going to continue to roll, and Bolivar's starting to feel the pressure right now.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Now, last year, in this sort of situation, we would have thrown the ball. Not so sure here. And now players jump all over the place.
I think everybody jumped but the center and the quarterback.
So with that, it's another penalty on West Plains. 5-yarder this time. The physical mistakes that you make with effort are usually forgiven, but you got to know the snap count. You got to go off the snap. You just can't anticipate. And now 15 to go for the 1st down. Simpson will take it, fake it, back to throw it. Rolls out, pump, throws it, and it's caught by Miller at the 38-yard line. They try to strip the ball out, but he stays in bounds. That's a good play. And it'll be a gain of about 8, and it'll be 4th down for West Plains.
That was a nice little throw that Aiden Simpson was able to do under pressure and kind of threaded the needle right to Miller, and that's a good person to get it to. Unfortunately, Bolivar had it covered fairly decently.
He pumped the ball once and had to bring it down, and sometimes that's kind of difficult to do, but now what? It'll be 4th down and 7. West Plains will punt. They're going to let that clock run down. Another 5 seconds and kick it away. Good snap. Kick is away. Very good high kick. Not real long, but a high kick. Fair catch caught at the 33-yard line of Bolivar, and they'll have it there with 2:54 to go. So things are looking better It's going to take, again, 2 scores on the part of Bolivar if they're going to even this thing up. And when West Plains defense has been in a situation where they know that Bolivar's going to have to throw the ball, they have put immense pressure on Blake Durham, the Bolivar quarterback. And now first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Back to throw it. Pass to the flat is caught on the edge, and a nice play that gets it up, gain about 7 or 8 yards as they move the football on the pass play that time to the wideout, Sam Pulsifer, who was an all-conference player for them last year, and I believe he may have even been an all-district player. He was an all-district kick returner. He hasn't touched the ball much tonight. We're seeing more players go down with cramps here as this game goes by. It's also a free timeout.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. You take out those 2 plays right at the end of the first half, defense has played pretty darn well. They really have, especially against the run and against the option, which is extremely hard to defend against. But Bolivar's constantly been under pressure and been behind the chains and have been needing to make 5 or 6 yards, but their offense is not set up that way.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but when you subtract, especially on the offensive side where you fumbled the ball 4 times, lost 1, you've had 2 interceptions. But when you get past that, defensively, they've only let Bolivar get loose on 1 play.
Yeah.
And that was that long run on the option. Outside of that, they've been pretty steady. Second down and 2. Toss play on the pitch out to the left flat, and a flag is going to be thrown, and a pickup for a first down, but that's not going to count because Bolivar is going to be called for
lineman downfield. 74 was about 15 yards downfield.
Well, that would be illegal. So,
but surely that's what they're going to call. Now they're going to call holding, even better.
And I mean, they called that right almost off the snap. And so that'll back the Liberators up. They were looking at 2nd and 2. Now they're going to be looking at 2nd down and 12. 2 minutes, 28 seconds to play. There have been so many stoppages in the game, you're not really sure how many timeouts either team has. But I got to believe Bolivar can't have more than 1 left, because I know they've called at least 2. And they're going to come up on the line right now. No, you got to back it up on the penalty first. Now they back it up to the 33-yard line. Ready to go again. 2nd and 12. Quarterback, they'll go straight up the middle with that one. They give it to Goodman. Thought they might get West Plains a little spread out there and hit a gap, but as it turns out, they'll end up picking up only a couple of yards. Now 3rd down and 8. They got 4 on the last play. Throw out to the right flat. Diving attempt is incomplete at the 36. And with 1:52 to go, Bolivar's got one more crack at it.
Yeah, when Bolivar is forced to be in a throwing situation, it is generally works out pretty good for the West Plains Zizzers.
Well, if they've been coming all night on passing situations, it's going to look to Blake Durham, the quarterback, like there's about 18 guys in red shirts coming after him. And there's another timeout with 1:52 to go. Bolivar takes what's got to be their last one with a score 16-7. West Plains back in 30 seconds on KDY.
If you need assistance with a commercial loan, it's as simple as coming by, being greeted with a smile, and visiting with our lenders to determine the best loan for your needs. With more than 300 combined years of lending experience, the West Plains Bank and Trust Company lending team takes pride in being your local lending experts. We can help you get your business started or help it grow with necessary extensions. Either way, your loan decision is always made locally. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
16-7 West Plains, 4th down for the Bolivar Liberators at their own 36-yard line. They got to get it up to the 43 for a first down. So this could be their last hurrah if West Plains can get after him here. Back to throw it. Durham throws it over the middle. That ball is tipped away, almost intercepted, and that will do it. And a nice defensive play that time. Coming up to make the play was Briggs Houston, and it'll be West Plains football, and this game is essentially over.
It is over. We can't quite take a knee to take the clock all the way out, but if we can get one first down, it is essentially over.
So the Zizzers will start out 1-0 and get ready to play Glendale at Glendale next week. And if anyone is fired up about football season being back, it's Paul Knight. He made an appearance here, guest appearance in the booth before the ball game tonight even. I formation and nearly fumbled on the exchange as Miller is driven back. With the passing to Lynn Dawson this week, his coach Hank Stram would have said there's a lot of leakage on that play.
That's right. Looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication. I think Miller went one way and Aiden Simpson went a different way, and that was a pretty ugly handoff.
Loss on the play of 3. Now we'll line up under center with 1:13 to go. I formation. Handoff, Miller, stutter step, 40, 35, 30, 25, spun around, still going. Tackled inside the 20 at the 15. So that will certainly take care of things. 24-yard run.
24-yard run, 58 seconds, and now we can get in my favorite formation in football, the victory formation. The victory formation, which was created because the New York Giants didn't go into a victory formation in a game they had won, decided to snap it and hand it off. Herman Edwards took up the fumble and scored. Toss play, we're going to run it to the right. And Miller's going to try to get wide to the sideline. Missed tackle, 20-yard line, 15, 10-yard line, tackled out of bounds on the far side at the 5 with 23 seconds to go. Miller ran 75 yards on that play to
picked up 10 or so, something like that. So the clock stops as he goes out of bounds.
My good friend David Gahn sent me a text that said the districts were announced today, so we will see Bolivar again come district play.
They replaced Carl Junction, I think. Victory formation, take a knee. Aiden Simpson, that'll be the ball game, and West Plains is going to start out 1-0 by beating Bolivar 16-7. Reed and I will be back to wrap it up in just a moment on KDY.
When it's time for new tires, Don's Auto Service in West Plains needs to be your first stop. Right now, you can get up to $75 back plus an added bonus of up to $75 more when you use the Goodyear credit card. Rebates paid by Goodyear Visa prepaid card on purchases made now through September 30th, 2022. Stop in or give them a call today.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Get to Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains. They're fully stocked with Ashley sectionals with many styles and colors to choose from. Do you need a freezer with deer season coming up? Grab an upright or chest-type freezer in stock now. While you're there, pick out an entertainment center for a stylish place for your TV while you watch the big game. They start at only $479.99. Get 24 months no interest with approved credit. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubaugh. Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains. As we all know, new vehicles have been very hard to come by lately. But in West Plains, we have truckloads of new vehicles arriving daily. That's right, we have the most inventory here in stock that we've had all year long. Hurry in today before they are all gone.
Find new roads at Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains.
And get great buys from nice guys.
Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet in West Plains.
If you're buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that'll dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 has an office in every state with a global referral network that greatly expands your reach in the market. Century 21 has been voted the most respectable in the industry. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, 1822 Porter Wagner in West Plains. Don't settle for average.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye. Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
Are you in the market for a new home here in Southern Missouri? Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending and can help guide you through the process. When you're ready for a loan, find me on Facebook or in the Silver Springs Business Complex, just off Bypass 63 in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
AS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS 27262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. Headquartered 12140 Woodcrest Executive Drive, Suite 150, St. Louis, Missouri. 63141. Toll free 888-250-6522.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why there's a doctor on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to care for unpredictable injuries. Ozarks Healthcare has 4 orthopedic doctors and 2 podiatrists on staff to care for your athletes. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about OZH Podiatry as well as OZH Orthopedics and Spine, visit ozarkshealthcare.com.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby. It's a winner tonight from Zizzer Stadium, McDonald's Field. West Plains wins it 16-7. So when someone walks up to you tomorrow, Reed, and says, I didn't catch the ball game last night, sum it up for me. What did you see?
We got to clean up the mistakes. I mean, that's glaringly obvious. And, we looked, if you look at the game as a whole and don't focus in on individual plays, I think we played decently well. We played well enough to win against Bolivar. But when we go up against some of the tougher teams in the OC, we're going to be in trouble if we make the mistakes like we did tonight.
We did see some flashes of the running game better in the second half. And by and large, with the exception of really 1 or 2 plays, the defense was pretty steady tonight.
They were very steady. It's, against the run. They weren't tested necessarily against the pass. They certainly will be next week. So,
oh, brother.
Yeah. So, we're going to have to put some of our best athletes back there in the secondary and hope that we can contain Glendale a little bit, because they will be good. This may be one of the better Glendale teams we've faced in many years.
How many years have we been saying that if they ever get a defense, they are just going to be a real problem,
Yeah, I mean, and that's really their downfall. They obviously don't focus on defense, very much, and that's kind of been our saving grace against Glendale. But, they haven't beaten West Plains in many, many years. I can't think of the last time they have beaten us. So, we definitely have a target on our back, and they're going to show up and be ready to play.
and we better bring our A game.
Well, that'll wrap it up for us tonight. We'll be on the road next Friday night at Springfield Glendale. Paul Knight and I will be there, and West Plains will come in with a 1-0 record. And we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast and the live video stream, or however you were listening or watching the ball game tonight. Thanks so much to our sponsors. They make it possible. Thanks to Nate Hudson, engineering in the studio. Jim Lambert providing the video of tonight's action. And you can catch the video each week. If you can't make it to Springfield next week, we'll have the streaming video on our website. Thanks to Reed Grigsby. I'm Harlan Hutchison. It's a winner tonight to kick off the season. West Plains beats Bolivar 16-7. We say goodnight from McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium.